I forgot to turn my gas on and I was doing a backflip. You never knew who might show up in the pro class.
I mean, it would have been a perfect pass, but...
Yeah, allegedly it would have been a perfect
yeah, it would have. Like,
We do what we do.
Yeah.
Quad God, Chase Snap.
Pit racing, pit golfing.
Pit racing.
Pit racing, boy.
Shit.
Presented by SSI Decals, this is the Pit Racing Podcast coming at you right now.
Thing was hanging out to the right, and I said, dude. Pop, 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 pop. Popped it back in, had a bloody nose. Yeah. Big son of a bitch.
A little wrestling match or what?
Well, I didn't know we were throwing fucking flying knees to the face, and he's 290, so I could have put a football helmet on and still got a
Remy
bloody
kneed you in the face?
straight knee with the assist from the hands. Bam!
Oh, my God.
Yep. Oh.
That's a rough day.
Mm-hmm. Tommy's like, you deserved it. I probably did.
Welcome, everyone, to this episode of the Pit Racing Podcast. This is episode 14.
I don't know what to do.
Oh, I swear, I always do these intros, and I looked over at Chase, like, you know, I knew he wasn't going to be able to help me out, but I looked over there anyway just to fuck with him, and he did exactly what I thought he would do.
It's been too long.
Just blank stare at a motherfucker.
We've got
My name, Jeff.
We've got to stop having these 5, 6, 7 week hiatuses.
Hey, man, it's life in the fast lane, the fast life.
I feel like we're getting into winter though. We'll be back on it.
Mm. It's not the real fast
I actually
life, though.
had an idea, which I should have just done it, but had an idea. Every episode you've started, I figured I start this one. Snap's back in the saddle.
All right, here we go.
All right, yeah, now it's
Chase
on.
is
All
starting.
right,
Here
it's
we go.
Pit Racing
Chase is
Podcast.
starting this
Yep.
episode
All
right now.
Go.
No, I'm on the spot now. I can't do
No,
it.
look at him. He's getting all red.
Getting all red, yep.
The red rocket's coming out, baby.
Speaking of coming back though, Ponca City, how'd that roost feel, Mason?
Oh, man, it felt great. That and the 28 tear-offs that I had to tear. That was great.
Man, I was smiling ear to ear.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. You know what? Who you need to thank is the guy sitting across the table from you for smoking me. 2 motos in a row. No friends on the track. Wide open. Ready to rock. The heat.
I didn't win second moto.
No, but you hit me both motos off the start.
Oh, that was I guess I can take that win, but that's the only wins I took that day.
Word in the pits was he traded a little paint with every person he passed that day.
The heat was on a mission.
Yeah, he definitely got really close to me when he came by. That's
No allies on the track for the heat. Just wide open rev limiter.
No new friends. No
Yeah.
new friends.
Nothing.
Hey, at least you guys stayed on 2 wheels. He basically, what did you do? Tried to pass me, slid out, and then I T-boned you and flipped over.
I dove inside of you, dove too far. Don't know where. I think my Dunlop was a little non-fresh on the front end or something because it flew apart.
Should have visited Plum before the race.
Equipment.
I hit the deck and then you hit the back wheel of me and then hit the deck. Took me a while to get up.
All I know is we went from second and third to whatever last and second to last was.
Yeah, I mean, if I could go back, I wouldn't have made that move, but
You weren't liking my roost. You're getting a little antsy.
Yeah, I mean, it was great for me. I mean, if you guys could do that for me every time, I mean.
I think you just went so slow around the inside that I had so much time on the outside to come around and try to pass you, but I
was
tried.
going slow. I remember, but I was like, this corner, if I take this inside right, I'm good. And I was just focusing on not falling down, not messing up, and then here you come.
Did you win second moto?
No, Duran got me.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm. I had to get by Bad Brad, which, you know,
sometimes
with
that's
all
tough.
due
Got some-
respect,
got some history.
He rides a wide track.
Yeah, he's
So,
tough.
Yeah.
no, he's good. So I got by him. I kind of sucked up Duran, but didn't have enough time, and I was sucking wind by that point. I was ready for that white flag or the checkered flag. So
That dude's got some fire in him for, how old is he? Mid 40s?
Yeah, he's over 40.
Yeah, Brad Rogers.
Bad dude.
Bad Brad.
I raced him pretty hard at the Del City race. He beat me first moto, and then I beat him second moto. Got the overall.
Yeah.
It's all about that overall bull.
There was a section there that I was surprised. He surprisingly wasn't hitting. It was like a little tabletop, little double, a little bit bigger tabletop, and you could triple in and then jump on to the last one. And it looked intimidating, like when you were riding it. And the first time I hit it, butthole puckered a little bit because like the double face, like it's really not that sharp, but when you're in the air, it looks really sharp.
Deep, yeah.
Looks really sharp. And came off the face of that triple in the first time I hit it, and I was like, ooh.
Those are the ones that you like, though. I mean, that's what we kind of live for a little bit. You know, you're like,
Yeah. But he wasn't jumping that, surprisingly, and then I was hitting it. But I asked him, I was like, Brad, you gonna hit that triple in on the start for the second moto? And he was like, no, not today, man. I was like, well, I know where I'm gonna be making up time.
yeah.
And then I got the start on him, that was key in the second moto because he got the start on me in the first moto, and I was right on his ass the whole race.
Yeah.
But in the first moto, he figured out I was hitting that triple in, and so he started blocking the line to hit the triple in. And so he cut off my main opportunity for making up time on him. And then the second moto, I got ahead of him, and I would gap him right there, and he'd catch me a little bit on the rest of the track, and then I'd pull back away when we got back to that section.
How about the last corner? Didn't you say he snuck up on you?
Oh, yeah, he did. So there's the last straightaway, like you kind of hit some rollers, and then Jeremy built one of those same kind of hip jumps like he has after the finish line at Amp, which it's kind of wacky, and I told him that. But the reason that's important for the story is because it's extremely one line through there, right, because of the style of that jump. We hit that jump, and I thought I probably had like 5 or 6 bike lengths on Brad when I was hitting this jump, right? Like I wasn't going slow to the finish line, but I was kind of phoning the last 100 yards to the finish line in,
a little
right?
70%.
Yeah, after you hit that hip jump, and then there's another little double after it, and I hit that little double, and I was kind of just cruise control on my way to the last corner. Here comes Brad, right up next to me. I was like, oh, shit. I hit the gas, got back on the gas.
Dog.
Yeah, had to hammer it to get to the finish line before he did. But that was fun. He's got a good little setup out there. It's cool because it's 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah, from your house, absolutely.
He's having his first open practice tomorrow, and I'm not going to be there because I'm here in Tulsa. But
T-Town.
We'll be out there. We'll be out there a lot more. It's got cool dirt. It's like a mixture of some black topsoil with sand. Like they dug a huge pond to build the track, and they went about halfway down and hit just river sand, basically.
Yeah.
So half the track is sand. Well, it's not sand, but it's like mixed in with the topsoil, and then the rest of the track's like a black, almost like Branson style dirt. Like when it got dry, it got that like kind of crumbly texture to it, like Branson used to. And it got really rough ruts, like Branson used to.
Choppy.
Like just beat your ass. Yeah. But it's a fun track. He's kind of challenged in that location because he doesn't have a lot of terrain. But other than that, he did everything he could to make it interesting. He's got a lot of like rollers in the corners, and he's got a big roller where there's like an optional going over it, and he's got like a turning whoop section, which is pretty cool. It's a couple little technical roller sections. It was fun. I had a good time.
It's about the same as like as far as lengthwise, Stillwater.
No, Del City's probably a touch longer. I think.
Good.
Yeah. I would say it's a better racetrack than Amp is. You know, like Amp is very one line, hard to pass on, and there's more passing opportunities at Del City. You know, it ain't the widest track you'll ever ride, but it's definitely better than Amp in terms of raceability, for sure.
Raceability.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah, overall, I feel like I didn't make it, but from all the posts I saw, Facebook and Instagram, seemed like everybody was pretty pleased overall for the first weekend.
Yeah, what was crazy, which, you know, I always wonder about, like, patron psychology, like people that go to those races, like, what are they going to choose to complain about? And I feel like when it's dusty as hell, that automatically makes a lot of people complain. And he really didn't get a lot of moisture into the track. He was having to drive like a mile to get water and then come back and lay it down. So it was like an hour round trip for him to put water down one time. And and they hadn't had any rain since they built the track. Well, for some reason, there was never like a speck of dust the whole day, like from 8 a.m. to I think like 3:30 when they got done. There wasn't any dust. It was crazy. I don't know.
It's got to be in the sand mixed in. It's probably
Could
what
be.
helps with that.
Yeah, I don't know how that worked out, but yeah, there was never any dust, which made the racing better, obviously, because you're not like looking through a cloud when you're riding behind somebody. And then it's just kind of a fun track. You know, there's nothing like extremely technical there, other than that maybe that triple N. It's kind of technical. You just got to time it right. Yeah. You know, it ain't really that hard. You just got to get the timing down. But yeah, I think, you know, there was a good mixture of things that would challenge more advanced riders, and also, but like the basic way around the track was fun for kids.
Yeah.
You know,
That's good.
you know.
Is he going to run? I mean, he runs both of them, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
those are both his.
Well, he said he wants to kind of lobby to have that track be part of the state series, which there's like 6 other tracks around the state that are gunning for that as well. You know what I mean? Natalie and I had a long conversation with Marshall at DCMX because he was there, and we were talking about, you know, what's it going to take to make the series better, and he was talking about how at the end of the year your turnout goes further and further down, you know, as the year goes on.
Yeah.
Like by the time we got to Elk City and Reynolds and Ponca this year, entries were like half of what they were at the beginning of the year. And he made a good point in that, you know, the series is freaking, it was like 8 months long.
I was about
this
to
year,
say, how long?
you know?
How long was the series?
Yeah,
Almost.
Well, it started in March and ended in November.
Yeah,
So it was,
I mean,
what is that? 9 months.
especially when you mix in like people that the kids that actually want to go to like Loretta's, or, you know, that are going to the nationals or whatever they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that kind of comes into play too. There's not that many people, I guess, but
Yeah.
I think it kind of comes into play a little bit.
Yeah, it does. I mean, you know, like this year, for example, they did Ascot the weekend before Loretta's, I think.
Yep.
And had I made it to Loretta's this year, I wasn't going to Ascot.
No.
I mean, like, you can argue, well, you just get more seat time, more gate drops, but like, dude, if I made it to Loretta's, I'm not going to go to Ascot and risk breaking an arm over a state race, you know.
Or you're blown out after trying to make it to Loretta's.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you went to the area, you went to the regional, you went to maybe 2 regionals.
Yeah.
You're blown out by that point.
Mm-hmm.
You've already spent
Yeah.
So,
$20,000.
are you saying he's maybe thinking of shortening it, like
Yeah, so
scrunching it together a little bit?
he was saying that it might be a better idea to make it like a 5-round series instead of a 8 or 9 round series. And what I said to that was, well, if you're trying to get more numbers, that makes sense. But then how do you give all of these other tracks around the state that are not historically a part of the series a chance at becoming a part of the series? Are you going to rotate people in and out? And he told me, which I assume this is how it worked, but I didn't really know for sure. And what he said was that the track owners determine what happens, which is why you're not seeing all of these other tracks that are now building themselves up to be capable of being a part of the series. You're not seeing those tracks become part of the series because all the other track owners are like, well, no, because that means one of us has to give up a, you know, $50,000 payday this year.
Mm-hmm. What tracks do we have that are trying to get in that are not in?
Well, I know, I don't know anyone that's like, I want to be a part of the series.
I just can't think of too many tracks
but I
that
know-
aren't in that want to be in.
Twin Hills is one for sure.
Probably Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 has
Well,
wanted to
Swift
be.
16 just kind of came back though.
Yeah, I know, but I guarantee if you talk to those track owners,
And Twin
they wanna
Hills
be a part of the series.
just kind of came into the scene.
Gas MX.
I ain't saying they're not trying
Gas
to be part
MX
of it,
would
but
definitely want to be a part
That's
of it.
the OG. I mean, that's
Yeah.
Old River
Which
Valley.
they used to be a part of it. And then Damn it, I had a.
I bet Bubs will be lobbying for that if they could get
Bubs
it
Creek's
rocking.
one,
you know?
then the DCMX.
But yeah,
So that's
and,
fire for
Jeremy's
football.
going to be lobbying for DC to be a part of it too, which Marshall was saying that, or I can't remember if it was Jeremy or Marshall that told me this, but if DC became part of it, then
Stillwater would be out.
there's some rule that Stillwater would have to be out.
He'd have to pick one.
Yeah, like
Since he owns
he
both.
couldn't have two races,
No double
in the
dipping.
series. But then Jeremy said like, well, that's kind of bullshit because when the Baker boys used to run like 3 tracks that were a part of the series.
Used to, keyword.
Used to, yeah. So I don't know. It was a interesting conversation triangle, between Jeremy and Marshall and myself, and seeing kind of getting an insight onto how all that stuff works.
Just a discussion mainly.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of feedback for them. I was mostly just listening to what they had to say, but I was learning a lot about how all that stuff works. And, I mean, I think it'd be cool if tracks kind of rotated in and out year to year, didn't necessarily go to the same places all the time. And could maybe give tracks that contribute a little bit more to the Oklahoma motocross community a chance to host a race like that, as opposed to some of the other tracks on the series we know about that literally only open for that,
I only know
race.
one when it comes to that.
Yeah, but it's something I'd like to see.
I feel like back in the day we banged through the series pretty quick, and it was still like 8 or 9 rounds.
Well,
But it wasn't once, maybe every month.
yeah, that's the thing is back then I think it used to be like every couple
I
of
remember
weeks.
going, back-to-back weekends, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like we just spread it out, which I don't care either way, but
No,
it used to be a lot more back-to-back than it is now.
Yeah, well, I remember it being a lot more common to like leave school to race. And I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, if I was in school right now, I'd leave like maybe once a month to go to a race.
No, it used to be a lot more back-to-back than it is now.
Yeah,
It wasn't like maybe once every month.
yeah,
Like I've only done it the last 2 years since, 10 years ago or whatever. But we might get in once a month,
yeah,
which is fine with me right now. I really don't care either way. I'm just saying.
yeah. No, I agree. But if it's if they're saying, well, if what Marshall is saying is true about the fact that the length of the series, meaning the duration from March to November, is what's causing less and less people to show up as the year goes on. If that's really the problem, then maybe they should think about shortening it up. But then the other camp that people are in is like, well, I can't afford to race 2 or 3
So
weekends
if you
in a
have,
month.
yeah, it's a kind of a 50-50 deal. I mean, in my opinion, which it ain't worth the shit. But I mean, I think you kind of schedule it.
None of our opinions really
Yeah,
matter.
no, wait, yeah.
We're just here throwing.
I
them at
mean,
the
you
wall.
kind of, it's really hot between before Loretta's. I mean, I know I go back to that. It went back to that, but I mean, if you had basically your state series, I don't know what it runs, but if you had that before Loretta's, and then you actually had a winter series where people could go to, where it's not 32 degrees, and maybe that's how the other tracks, 5-6 tracks, get in. If they actually work together, but I don't know how any of that works, as far as.
Yeah, that's
But-
an idea. I mean,
But people are blown out after Loretta's. I mean, or after trying to go Loretta's or after any of that, they're blown out. They don't want to go spend $500 at the state race for their kids to ride 4 classes, and
Yeah.
people are just blown out. I think that's just the nature of what we do.
that could be true.
I think our market is so unpredictable. We had a boom during COVID. Who would have thought that we had more motorcycle sales during COVID where people had no jobs?
Yeah.
I mean, our market's just basically unpredictable in that sense.
Well, I think
but-
most of the people racing dirt bikes didn't really have an issue with jobs.
No, but I mean,
That's kind of part of why.
But
that
they had
happened.
extra money as far as that to buy another bike. You get whatever it is. I mean, I don't know.
I'm not saying that, like, if there's moto people out there that got laid off during the COVID deal, then I'm not talking about you. But most people that most people that race dirt bikes, like, work their asses off.
Yeah.
Like, that's how they have money to do something.
I know,
like
but
racing
there's
dirt bikes.
something to say for the motorcycle sales booming. I mean,
No, I know.
There has to be some sort of correlation between.
Yeah. Well, and I think too, which I'm sure this horse has been beaten dead many times across other moto podcasts, but I'm sure it had everything to do with the fact of people just spending months on their ass and being like, I miss riding dirt bikes.
Yeah, I got a dirt bike in the garage. I'm
gonna go buy a dirt bike. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Gonna go buy a 110 for the old lady. Just to get.
Well,
her,
I mean that's how this
yeah.
podcast started. That's how the videos we did with pit racing started because we were all bored to death and just like, hey, let's fucking do a podcast.
We got to do something. I mean, shit. We bullshit every day, all day. We might as well.
I think that's
on
where
the record.
I think that's where a lot of that came from.
Speaking of that, I don't think we even introduced Mr. Mason Banfield over here.
Oh yeah, this is our first repeat guest.
Mason was our first guest.
Special honors
on episode 2. Got to give a shout out to Chan Baker. He was trying to make it in tonight.
Yep.
About halfway here, had issues with his van, broke down.
R.I.P. to the moto van.
So shout out to him for trying to make it. But we made a quick call to Mason. He said, "I'll be there in 30 minutes."
Yep. I got you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I help pit racing out no matter cooking for them, lubing the chain.
Speaking of that, how long does it take to cook 5 pounds of potatoes?
Oh, dude, it takes on what? That's the other question. How long does it take? That's a good question for your audience. The person that knows the answer to that question gets a free pit racing T-shirt on a grill on me. I'll pay for it.
Yeah,
it takes a long time.
So since our last episode, Ponca was our first race, which was my first race back, which was, by the way, was an overall awesome weekend. I was so stoked to be back on the bike. Had some jitters. My stomach was, I had those butterflies, which I hadn't had in a long time.
I can imagine those were gnarly after a year off.
Yeah, I was nervous, but ultimately that was just having fun. I mean, it just felt so good to be on the bike. But yeah, so Saturday night, I bring potatoes. Where Mason brought steaks. We're kind of doing a little collaboration for dinner.
Big steak guy over here.
And I asked Natalie to cut up the potatoes, and I just handed her the 5-pound bag of them. It wasn't very specific. And I come back, and she has the whole bag sliced up. And so I'm like, all right, screw it. We'll just cook them all.
Give it to Banfield.
Tried to wrap it in 5 pounds of potatoes in foil to put on the grill.
Didn't have enough foil.
And Mason tried for about 20 minutes. He's like, hey, this ain't going to work.
This ain't going to cut it.
Split it up into, would use an iron skillet and
burnt the shit out of my fingers. Did everything I could to support pit racing.
Hey, it turned out good though. It was a pretty good dinner.
It was great. I mean, I had a great time too. Ponca was awesome. I mean, anytime when you're with your boys, riding pit bikes, dicking around, eating food, drinking beer, you can't beat it.
About to slice his second finger off.
Yeah, how about to slice another nub?
I'm pretty good at drinking beer.
We also had a pretty big showing for the campfire Saturday night. Austin broke out the guitar. And
this guitar.
People just kept showing up.
Dixon
we did have a little
guitar.
bit of a crowd that night.
We did. I took a little video because I'm like, damn, well, there's like 20 people here around this fire.
Made some new friends at Eddie Mitz. I know his name's Eddie. I think Mitz is his last name. He was a nice guy. He come by and hung out for a while, him and his crowd.
I know I was the first one up the next morning, and it was a wreck out there. There was a lot of...
Was there any chairs or tables? What was there in the fire? Because there had to have been something abnormal.
No, nothing crazy. I mean, a bunch of beer cans and...
Bunch of glass.
But there was,
no, there was something abnormal.
What was it?
Whiskey bottles.
I found a half-empty whiskey bottle in the grass. Oh, some fireball, little mini fireballs. Yeah, those probably went.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, somebody, because I went to bed at a decent time that night, and I was like, man, few people had a good time last night.
A great time.
Having a great time.
Oh, I just thought about this. Which I don't know if they're quite up to code yet. I haven't been out there in a while, but I'm sure TMX would love to have a state race.
Yeah, I bet they would. I was there last week. talking with Timothy, and he's running that place, and he's putting a lot of work into. He was talking about the winter. They're on the winter series, and he's all excited. And he's trying to get that the deal they started building, the little, I guess, concession. He called it the patio.
Yeah, the trailers and stuff.
Well, they
Or
got
the
Connexes.
Yeah. So
you need welding done.
he's talking about trying to get it done for that winter series race.
That'd be really cool.
Shout out to Tim at Twin
AKA
Hills a few
Timothy.
weeks ago. Every time I'd hit the finish line, the flagger was cheering me on, like going crazy. Like I'm
Pocket crazy.
just felt like I was a celebrity out there. I'm like, who the hell is yelling at me every time I come by here? Come to find out it was Tim. He was helping out flagging.
Big T.
He was every time I'd come by, he was
Big
cheering
T.
me on. So it was pretty cool. It would make me go a little faster for like 2 corners, and then I'd kind of get back.
Did
to
you
the
hit
normal
that
speed.
that little step up? Did you hit it wide open and almost into your fucking brains out like you did next to me?
Feet never came off the pegs.
So
this
I'm
time.
next to him. We're riding at Twin Hills. Did I tell you about this?
I think he might have mentioned a little bit
Okay,
about
so-
it, but I don't think you told me.
Okay, so
Just
you get
practice
it
day.
from my perspective. Nub weighs me on. He's juicing the shit out of me like he always does. I'm like, cool. So I'm getting behind him, and I'm like, all right, let me get next to him. So we go up to this little. It might be a 25-foot little double step up. Maybe the face is lower than the landing, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit it on the right side. I'm like, I'm gonna look at him.
Mistake.
He had a good view.
Nub comes. Nub comes at the face at Mach 5. Whoa! brrr. And all I see is almost ass over tea kettle. And I'm watching it, and it's in like slow mo for me, so I can only imagine. Because he looks over at me for a second, and then realizes he's endoing. Swaps out, and I'm like, you want to call it a day? 'Cause
Wait, he still looked over at you?
he looked over at me for like 0.5 seconds, like right as he hit the face, like because we hit it at the same time. I hit it at normal speed, and he endos his brains out, saves it.
Did you try to go scrub daddy or what?
Well, I gripped the seat really hard with my heels.
I was about to say, yeah.
My feet were way off the pegs.
He hit it at a different spot too than he's been hitting it all day.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he didn't know how I was going to kick him.
You're out of the race line?
Apparently, he hit a little kick.
And it was one of those, you jump next to your buddy, kind of look at each other. Type
No, you did not take it. That's what he's trying to explain. He was trying to hit it faster than me.
Well, of course.
And then I thought he blew his knee out because he's like
I pulled off
he
immediately.
kind of pulled off and he looked at me, so I go over there
He
and I
just seen
grab.
his life flash for his eyes.
Yeah, what
I had to recuperate a little bit.
I got a cramp real bad in my thigh.
Yeah, I'm crying. Right
Puckered
now.
up.
No,
Did
literally,
you get
I
a
grab
cramp
his
in your
bike.
asshole
He's
too?
like, I got a cramp, and I'm grabbing his bike. How's your knee? Like, I don't care about your hamstring right now.
No, I really did pucker so hard.
I got a cramp in my right
He
butt
did.
cheek.
And he almost landed into the. Oh, it was. Chapman and just knocked himself out. He was like 40 feet away from his
Wait,
bike.
Chapman crashed?
Oh yeah. So this was all in one lap. So we pull on for the practice.
God damn it, Chapman.
And we do like 2 laps.
Chap.
And Chapman's doing his normal bullshit, going fast as shit in 3 sections. Pulling the fuck off. I love you, Chappie, but fuck. Just do a full lap.
He fucking listens to this show too.
Oh, good. I'm not blowing you out. You're going fast as shit in the sections you were riding. But I look up and I'm riding, and I came with Chapman. So I look up and I'm like, I'm going to have to do CPR on this guy because he crashed in the fastest part of the track.
Like the back straightaway?
No, you hit the triple and then you hit the roller and then you're like
Front
just,
section.
Oh, okay.
you're just wide open off
Comes
that
right there
roller.
by where you park.
Yeah. And he's from here to Vietnam away from his bike. So I get up to him and I don't know. It was great.
He was unconscious?
No, he was
kinda
pretty.
knocked
He
him
was
silly.
Yeah, and then so he's like, I'm good. So I look at Chase. I'm like, let's go do a couple laps. We pull on the track, and then that was that same
Battle
lap where
Royale.
he just almost dies. And I'm like, I look at him. I'm like, do you want to call it a day? And he's like, nah. Like the Red Rocket's just like, I gotta put at least 30 more minutes on this track, and then
Trying to catch up. I got a lot of hours to make up.
oh, it was Oh my God. And then I like look over at Chapman. He thinks we're in Freestone. I'm like, no. We're at
Twin
Old
Hills,
Moggy.
Bubba.
We call his old lady, and I'm like, don't do that. You should never tell your girlfriend you crashed unless you're really messed up. So, no, it was successful. Chapman, he fucked up his front wheel. Bad. Bad.
If I called my wife, she'd be like, "Are you hurt?" I'd say no. She's like, "All right, well, I'm on the phone with my mom, so I'll call you back."
No, she was just worried because she knew he was with me, and it was funny. But he survived. He got a new front wheel, so he's good.
But does he still have a? No, he's got the Honda.
He got the Honda, yeah.
So he watered up the
Got
fresh
me.
Honda.
Dude, he
no,
had
dude,
to have ate shit. When I say ate shit, like from where he crashed, he had to have weeded.
And somehow it bounced on the tires because we looked at his bike. He didn't have
Yeah.
no scratches on
Well,
it.
it's a Honda, baby.
There was no dirt on the exhaust.
That's just a Honda.
It's one of
Just a
those
Honda.
you would expect the subframe to be bent.
Hey.
You know,
If you bend a Honda,
You messed up a long time before you bent it.
that's what you said on that Bucks Creek video we made.
Dude,
last
I'm
year.
telling you, if you bend a Honda, that's real shit.
You're sitting there dazed and confused. Your helmet's all fucked off.
Yeah.
dude. If you bend a Honda,
You fucked up.
I mean, if I'm still here alive talking to you, my bike's fine.
It's fine.
Don't worry about me. I mean, the bike's fine.
Bike fine. Jumped it off the Grand Canyon. Shit still started.
speaking of that, we're this weekend be the 1 year anniversary of Bub's Creek Winter Series.
well, it is and it isn't. It's not like the actual 1 year,
Not the date, but
but it is the recurring winter series.
It could be to
it's
me
the
since
next
I
year.
knocked myself out. It could be. When's the race?
It's the second year of the Bubs Creek Winter Series.
you got to redeem yourself.
I mean, what we just gonna leave with a concussion this year? Or what are we doing this year?
I think I'm taking the dub. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I mean, if Snap's in the race, shit, boy, all I gotta do is start yelling and screaming. It'd be a lot more beneficial if you showed up to take him out.
I just want to get a start in our class so I can at least try to run with you for a couple laps. Because I was like dead last starts at Ponca both times.
Talking about me or Mason?
You, yeah. Because we were.
I don't need to start to run with you, boy.
No, we were like.
You would have been ahead of me if you got the start at Ponca, that's for sure.
I would have.
No, Mason.
Oh yeah.
Because he had a bad start and he caught me.
Well, I felt like I was riding really good at Ponca, and I got bad starts all weekend. But luckily, I made a lot of passes in the first corner in the C class. Then I got back up towards the front. But obviously, that's a lot harder to do in plus 25. But you were so far ahead of me off the start, both motos, that I didn't even have a chance.
Yeah. That's one thing I've always been good at starts. Like I always have a decent start.
Your starts weren't very good there, though. That's the thing.
I came out second in the second moto. In the first moto, I came out third.
That's about as good as me.
That's not too bade.
You've had good starts this year, though. Like really good starts.
Yeah, I just thought Snap was gonna lay it on.
Yeah, you've whole shot like almost every race.
Well,
he has.
It's about 50-50.
Not Stillwater.
I either got the whole shot or
Not Stillwater.
ran it too hard into the corner trying to get the whole start.
Yeah, I mean, if you
One
take
of the two.
if you take Taryn out of the equation, you've whole shotted almost every moto.
Well, I whole shot at Taryn. First moto, Norman, I got him.
Yeah.
Second moto, I thought I had him, but then blew the corner. So,
Oh, at Norman, you blew the corner?
second moto, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I flew over the berm.
Oh, I didn't race second moto.
And then
at
second
Norman.
moto at Stillwater, guess what happened?
Yeah.
I was going to fly the berm, but then just flew myself into the dirt.
Dude, you got out of that so clean. So clean.
Yeah, it was clean. I'll
I think we did the rundown on that in Mark's episode.
thank
but,
whoever for that one, but it was clean.
Yeah.
Ponca, though, Mason helped me get clean second moto. So
Yeah.
I came in hot, but I banked
Little burn
off a red
Banfield.
bike.
It didn't bend that Honda though, did it?
No.
No,
can't do it.
It's starting first kick.
Yeah, his starting first gig. I got a 2014.
Hit that door, Mason.
So Austin, you were talking about Ponca. You felt really good, but got bad starts.
Yeah.
That was being my first race back. I was nervous, and then also, out of shape, which I still am. But been riding a lot more lately. I was I feel like I was riding all right, but I had arm pump like the start of the second lap, both
That
motos.
Ponca?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, then just maintaining. But I was, like you said, I was towards the front, so I was able to hold it together. But like recently, the Twin Hills race, I felt way better. I think just because I've been riding more.
Yeah.
But I was a lot more loose and able to actually ride pretty fast. I felt
You look
like.
good on the videos I've seen of you. at
Hey,
Twin Hills.
I've been meaning to bring this up though. Like there was I think it's like where you park, the sections going away from you from where you park. But it looked like there's like a little like double section, pretty small. It looked like you got sketchy as fuck and your feet almost flew.
Yes, I saw that
Yeah,
video.
I've seen that video. Like you kind of can't tell in the video, but
No, I did.
when I
for
was
sure.
looking at it, I'm like, oh shit, look, he about went over.
That
What is
section,
OTB.
OTB. OTB for sure, Bubba.
that section took out probably 6 or 7 people that day.
What, the
There was-
double?
Yeah,
You came
Where-
through clean
No,
though?
that
used to be
first one?
barely.
Yeah, but they're weird. They're real steep and short,
Small.
So they just kind of kick your bike.
And you're carrying probably hella speed into them.
Especially the third one. Yeah, because you're
Yeah.
like, boot.
But it's it's coming, so you get ready for it.
Lean
but
back.
that one time, I just kind of was a little late on getting ready for it.
Sauced it a little bit.
That little banger off the face.
That's
But man, speaking of that weekend, Taryn Odell showed up, and which obviously he won, but
it was the new helmet. That's what made him faster, to be honest with you. He got on that.
that 60.
That 60.
He got another
At
new
least
helmet?
3 seconds. No, I'm just fucking
I
with
was
him.
gonna say, God, we don't need him getting any more speed.
He's the flying potato.
Hey,
That's what I've nicknamed him.
Flying potato.
ask him.
Flying potato.
Speaking of starts, though, I think I sent you guys that picture.
I seen the video, but I didn't see anything too impressive.
There's a picture.
It's like
Where-
the first quarter of a second.
Yeah, nobody's wheel is even over the gate at all, and my front wheel is completely.
Well, that's
across
only
the
like
gate.
that's only an eighth of the start is getting up.
I know. I'm just saying I had a really good jump. Like I,
Yeah, and your reaction
You're-
time was on point.
I had a really good
Pissing
start
on
at
his
life.
parade
but
over
I'm
there.
still a fucking piece of shit. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about what happens at the end.
you can talk to me when you actually show up to race.
What happened the last
Shots
time?
fired.
The last time you showed up to race
Hit
and I
one.
showed up to race, what happened? I won.
You ran out of talent and you crashed in front of me.
Perfect. I didn't even know that was the drop.
No, anyways, though, it was funny because Taryn, everybody knows how good Taryn is, but I was fucking with him the whole time in staging, telling him I'm getting the whole shot. Look over, he has no tear-offs on. I'm like, hey, dude, you probably should go back and get some tear-offs and put them on. And he kind of just laughed at me. And then there's this guy between me and him on the gate. I don't know him, never seen him. And I'm still giving Taryn shit, and he's kind of like looking at me like, God
Are
damn.
you fucking with this?
Yeah.
The flying potato?
And Taryn was loving it. He was just eating it up. But we go in that first corner, and he was on the inside. I thought about lining up inside of him just to really get in his head more.
Oh, yeah. Really getting this
But
down.
the gates were all shitty on the inside. And so we go in that first corner, and we're side by side, but he had the inside. But I tried to just not let out. Well, he was doing the same thing. He wasn't going to let out till I did. Next thing I know, we're both up on our front wheel, like doing a stoppie going into the corner.
TP 199 into the corner.
Barely made it, but he made it look easy. I almost went off the track, but I saved it.
Dude, that reminds me, my front brake has been trash for a while. Like, you remember we were working on it at Moto City months ago? Like, we were bleeding it.
Moto City was a long time ago.
That was the first
There's been
round.
a lot of beers
Yeah, I
ago.
showed up there.
So we were working on it at Moto City because it was spongy, and then me and Natalie go to Del City, and that thing's like, I can pretty much pull it to the handlebar with a finger.
That's not right.
No, and it's got a full reservoir, so obviously I started bleeding it, and I got it to pump up a little bit, but it's still pretty whack. I'd be
How far
Not
is it
confident
adjusted?
at all.
How far is it adjusted?
all the way out.
Oh, shit.
Might be that trim shine I sprayed on your rotor.
No, it's like the actual like fluid pressure. It's definitely not like it catches fine once it catches, but you got to pull it in pretty far to get it there.
Oh, so you washed that off after I sprayed it on there?
Yeah. Just put a little carburetor cleaner in there and scuff it up a little bit. No, I'd be with the way my front brake is right now, I'd be scared trying to run that hard into a first corner.
That ain't good.
Mine was definitely working pretty good.
I don't even use my front brake. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I took my lever
My
off.
back breakers are fucking squeaking. Why do you think?
Is your bike looking thrashed right now? Those beautiful graphics you used to send pictures of to your buddies are looking roached out? And you need to head over to SSI Decals. SSI Decals is our choice at Pit Racing for graphics on all of our bikes because they continue to set the standard for aftermarket graphics in the off-road vehicle industry. They carry a complete line of graphics kits for MX bikes, quads, side-by-sides, sport bikes, snowmobiles, you name it, they make graphics for it. The kits are made from highly durable, ultra-pliable, wreck-resistant vinyl, and they're easy to apply. Their triple-layer, aggressive 3M brand adhesive will not come off, and it'll hold up to even the most unforgiving conditions. So if you need to freshen up your bike for this upcoming race season, head over to ssidecals.com, and they'll get you hooked up. If you've listened to this show long enough, you'll know that I love to talk about suspension, but we know a guy that knows a hell of a lot more than I do, and that's Marshall Plum over at Marshall's Racing. Getting your suspension dialed in is one of the most important parts of being comfortable on your dirt bike, and getting your forks and shock revalved to your weight and riding ability can literally shave seconds off your lap times. Marshall's done the suspension on all of the Pit Racing bikes, and one of the great things about Marshall is that he's always available for a phone call if you need help getting something figured out. With decades of experience in the motocross industry with both professionals and amateurs alike, you can't go wrong with Marshall's Racing. Give Marshall a call today at 405-338-8167 and get your bike dialed in. Speaking of Moto City, you want to just do a recap of the state
Let's
series?
recap it, baby. Come on.
Let's recap.
You got results and shit? Where's
won.
Sally at? What do you finish?
Hey, you know what?
Young Junior.
I left my laptop out in the truck. Let me go get
All
it.
right, I'm going to hold the show down.
Mason, you're the host while I'm gone.
Yep.
Moto City, what I remember, I had to work that Saturday. So
don't go through all around without me now.
Barely showed up Sunday.
I got there Saturday after work, I believe,
Oh shit, my bad.
because I took the camper.
Hit one of them drops while he's away. Yeah.
Grand Slam, baby.
Grand Slam, baby Ruth. Got the reins.
Now I got the reins
Baby
of this
Ruthie.
effing show. It's great. I'm here, pit racing. Saved them once again. Cook 'em steak, chicken and rice,
Fried taters,
Eggs and
asparagus.
bacon.
God.
do whatever I got to do, and they can't even have my name on a sign out there. Just saved them.
Dude, them guys are savages.
My name is not Chan Baker, with all due respect.
We would have. It wasn't planned.
Oh, I know. I'm just
Dude,
messing with you guys.
Chan like shredded through like 4 or 5 spark plugs trying to get here, dude. He couldn't make it. He tried.
The old Sprinter. Did you drive a
I
Sprinter?
don't know. He said the van, and he said they had changed a few spark plugs and still working on it.
Dude, Chan put in so much laps today, he don't even know what today is.
Dude, any day.
Rainer got him on that
He is putting in
schedule.
the work. He texted me today or messaged me on Instagram.
2:30s.
But he said, "Hey, I'm gonna have to leave by like 9 because I got to go back to Oklahoma City. Got a ride again tomorrow." So he's putting in the work.
That's okay, Chan.
He's on that tight schedule.
It's all right.
He's trying to make.
Yeah, we're not. We're washed up, dude. I mean, straight up. We got spongy front brakes. He never washes his bike.
My bike's been dirty for like 2
His
months.
bike's been dirty for 2
You
months.
can't throw me in this
Nubby's
ring.
bike's got more trim shine on it than you couldn't even sit on it without falling down.
Chase is on a rental. It might leave at any second. Like, who knows?
You can't throw me in this ring because I got mine pristine.
My bike is covered by fireplace shit and mattresses, and
Dude, if you research washed up,
we're the fucking definition.
The Heapy Supernal.
you're gonna see a couple of names pop up in that
Cruise
category.
light.
Did we fall apart in here without me?
No, dude, I held it down perfectly.
Mason started punching buttons and changing volumes.
I did tell him to hit a drop. I didn't know which one it was, but it's perfect.
Say something about us being washed up.
Oh yeah, we're definitely. I mean, I'm washed up.
He was talking about him and Supernal.
The Heap. Should we just go in like over under on like me and you versus these two on points or something, like we won't show up like 3 rounds, but still whoop them.
I mean, I don't like to do my homeboys that dirty.
I mean, but we got to, I mean, it's just like golf. We got to do a little bet ski.
I'm trying to get my golf game up.
Well, come on. I've been inviting you.
I'm going to turn pit racing into pit golfing.
Pit golfing.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Dude, I am.
I can't do it. I suck at golf.
No, you don't suck.
I'll drive the cart. I'll be the beer guy.
Be the caddy. You can drink a lot of beer in 4 hours, 4.5 hours.
I've done it.
Maybe 5, 6 with him out there on the course.
I've got a golf cart
Fair
stuck
amount.
in the sand pit before.
I mean, yeah, you broke a club at like what?
He was only like
first.
That was he was on his first like claw at that point.
First long neck.
At least I haven't busted a windshield out.
He like cracked a claw, and like next thing you know, he's in the sand pit.
Chase, you raced at Moto City?
That was no, I didn't.
Did they give him my points?
What research?
Oh, wait a minute. I'm fucked off here. I'm looking at the whole series. I thought I was just looking at the first round finishes. My bad.
No, the only race I made was Ponca.
Yeah.
Yeah, Motor City went pretty good for you, boy.
I was bummed. I wanted to do Raynard's.
Yeah, you got some good breakfast.
You didn't want to do Raynard's.
Yeah, I probably was not prepared.
It was Saturday. That's some of the gnarliest conditions I think I've ever ridden.
I could probably
For practice?
For those of
Yeah.
you that don't know, the weekend of Raynard's, me and Supernal chose to instead of going to Raynard's, we went to Gold Rush.
And fucking horrible.
Banfield.
Holy shit!
Decided to take a last minute trip.
And yeah, Mason, he literally
Showed up at like
So Mason, I get
fucking
this,
11.
he told me he wasn't coming. I think it was like Saturday. He texted me or Friday. One of the, I don't know. It was a 4-day weekend for me, so it all blended together. But I literally get a text. Hey, bro, I think I might come out. I'm having FOMO. Like, get your ass here. You know it'll be fun.
You
Of
know-
course it was. I mean,
No, it was not. Gold Rush as an event is one of the best events ever. But as far as me riding Gold Rush, I hit a fucking tree so hard it bruised my arm from the bottom of my elbow to the top of my shoulder. I'm done. I'm just going to follow Bobby Moore in the beginner class. That was the most fun I've had on a dirt bike in forever. I rode behind Bobby Moore at first gear, idle, around the whole track.
Idle.
First gear idle. Watch him get stuck in some mud pits. It was great.
yeah. So I'm talking about the weekend as a whole was great.
That was great. Yeah.
So he's talking about the beginner race. He signed up and went out just to cruise. So Bobby is racing. Bobby's little
Thank
brother.
you, Mark Johnson, for the payments of all my classes.
Yeah, Mark and
Didn't
who
pay
else?
a dime.
Mark raced that one also.
The,
But Ben Moore raced. Bobby's little brothers never rode a dirt bike ever, and races Gold Rush. So at the start, you start in this field. Pretty much everybody knows besides Austin. You start in this field in front of your bike with the engine.
I've been there to watch twice.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to go when him and Taco would do it.
So you stand in that field, in front of your bike, and you hop on. And there's this hill. What is it? Probably 4 foot tall. This dirt hill.
I don't know about 8 shit, too.
It's about
the
a-
Benjamins are not
About
having
a 78, 80-degree angle.
I mean, it's pretty steep.
It's a struggle for some of them boys, let me tell you.
But Ben, so he starts it.
He's one of them
and
boys.
He hits it at like 2 miles an hour. He starts going halfway up, boy. He's down to like 1 mile an hour. And we're all like, "Whoa, no!" He stops, and you can tell he's freaking out, and then he starts rolling backwards. And I don't know how he saved it. Like a beginner never raced. For sure, they're gonna fall.
athlete. Bro.
He saves it, and then he runs at it again and barely gets over it. About stalls it on top.
Creeps the crevice.
And he's leaned back like he's going through whoops. His ass is on the back fender the whole time in first gear. And we're all like, wow. We're cheering because we're so excited for him. But we're like, how can you go that slow?
Yeah.
It was impressive, but he had a blast.
It was
Go that
impressive
slow.
you could go that slow, Benjamin. I went and played golf with him 9 holes after that. He was fine. He was good. But I think he rode in cowboy boots. I don't even think he rode in motorcycle boots.
That's gnarly.
He came over to my house
Soul Rider.
a couple days before because he had no gear. He needed a helmet, gear, all that. Well, he comes over and I'm like, I got an old helmet. You can try. he can't even get it slightly on his head.
Boy's got a dome.
He wears like a 2X.
Your helmet?
Yes.
Son.
I wear a large. I promise. It didn't even get close to touching his ears.
God.
He's a big old boy. Yeah. But after the race, he was like, man, I give you guys a lot of respect. That is tough.
Yeah.
And they just did the beginner track. So reason I brought this up, you were talking about Reynolds was brutal. Mm-hmm. The full track that we did on Sunday, the last half of it was brutal. I mean, rocks and tree roots. It was all of us. As soon as we get out of the woods, we're like, thank God.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
Yeah.
And they were fucking long this year too.
Yeah, the laps.
No, the woods.
Oh, the woods.
Oh, I mean the laps. Yeah, that made the laps longer. But the woods were long this year, and you had to go to some bushka. Like when I say bushka, it ain't like the car. Like it ain't nothing too crazy. But God,
Yeah.
like a full uphill section of rocks, and then a full creek.
Yeah.
And then tree, like you're going pretty fast, but you're hitting tree roots, and them tree roots will just snake your front end.
Yeah, they're trying to take your front
Like
wheel out.
you better hope you have good knees, because like I'd be going in the corner, leaning over, hit a tree root, bam, all the pressure to my knee. You know what I mean? Like just front end gone.
Somehow I made it through with a bad one.
Never crashed, but first lap stalled her about 2.
Oh, that's exactly what I stalled it a couple times first lap.
I never stalled after the first lap, but
We
my
did the-
old K Dunka does not like the old push start.
Sounds like we did the same thing. I stalled it twice the first lap, and then after that,
That's
I was
where all
good.
that time went.
Speaking
Full
of
minute and
times,
25 seconds.
speaking of times, you can look it up. This is crazy. So, me and Supernaut both did 4 laps apiece, and then they show your lap. We have transponders. They show your lap times, and then for each rider, it'll combine your laps and give you your average lap time.
Yeah.
And ours was the exact same down to the second. 23 minutes, 56 seconds was
Wow.
mine, and that was his too.
That's
It's
awesome.
like, what's the odds of, down to the exact second?
Yeah.
But I did do a little snooping. Have to give Supernaut shit. He's giving me shit, saying that's where the time went. I had the fastest single lap time out of the two of us, which is a first. Normally at Gold Rush, he's got me by like 45 seconds a
Yeah.
lap. I think he was a little off his game this year.
I went really, really slow on the asphalt this year.
That's probably where I gained it.
I was going like uber slow.
I was hitting Mach 20.
No, I hit 5th gear and I was like, no, I'm good. I'll hang out. At
I was
one
doing
point,
wheelies.
Is
I
that
want
sketchy as shit on dirt tires?
No, it's not.
No, not bad.
yeah,
If
it's
you're
sketchy.
decent on a dirt bike, like you can feel where.
Yeah.
If you push into the corners, you can't feel shit. I've ate shit before. That was back when I was racing like Guy Coop and shit, and like actually going for
you
it.
and Lumber are the only two that ate shit on the asphalt.
Yeah, me and Lumber's the only two that ever fucking went for it.
Speaking of lumber, he had a full race prep bike.
Turned it down.
Turned it down.
Dude, Lumber's so goddamn dad, it ain't even funny.
Jeez. Full race prep.
dude's wifed
everything
up.
there.
He's wifed up.
Had
his
his
dad.
gear.
Hey, I got a funny story about Lumber at Gold Rush, but I'm going to save that for a second. Banfield, I heard you had a special guest as a partner.
Oh, I had many, but yes, I did have.
Who was your partner for the team
Hold on.
race?
3, 2, 1. Hit the drop. Wrong drop. No.
Which one? Oh,
Shit, boy. Yep. I got the old mare to ride. I don't know how. Probably a couple 2 Bud Lights deep in for him.
Kind
but
of
yeah.
got him to ride. He made it through one lap.
Yeah, I made it through 1 lap, and then I had another special guest.
appearance.
Yeah, Knox Griffin.
Oh, Knoxy.
Took a lap on the old hog. He definitely have boots on. He had blue jeans. And
We're going to have to post a picture after this when this episode goes live. So Blake he actually borrowed it from Ryan Nichols.
I saw a picture. It was awesome.
It was a what do you call it? Like a sport jacket from the
They had a special name.
blazer.
Blazer.
straight out of Goodwill. And and the button was broken off, and since Blake was racing, he zip tied it. Where it normally buttons is zip tied.
Something got to hold that gut in, bub.
So Blake basically all he had for gear was a helmet and goggles. He had that blazer, some jeans, and some leather boots on, and sent it.
work
Had a
boots,
funny
bub.
story. Cade, my neighbor, it was his first race ever, and which by the way he rode with Edward Gordon.
Yeah.
and they got, I think, third in the amateur class, third or fifth,
Hell
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Edward
But
Jordan.
But Cade he said he was going through the woods and he heard somebody on him, and he looked back and it was a dude in the blazer. He said, "Hell no, I ain't letting this guy pass me." And he told me, he's like, "Dude," he said he couldn't shake Blake. Blake was right on him.
Can't
Blake
shake
told
the
me, he's
mayor.
like, "I got behind your neighbor." He said, "I was just cruising, watching him," and Blake, was obviously not
Yeah.
trying too hard. but
Well,
he was
thank
just
you,
riding-
Barnesy.
Riding behind him.
Not voting for you.
You say
he was
not
just
voting for you.
Not voting for you.
not voting for you, and you're up for re-election.
You're up for re-election this year.
Oh, he's got a lifetime membership.
I was gonna say he doesn't have any term limits.
Oh, yeah. No, it was fun. We had a good time. It was stressful.
Me and Supernova, I was serious about it. Got the whole shot, led it until motocross track, and
Shit the bed.
I was gonna say
Wing ting
I
bog
got
bog.
passed by Tanner Myers, which he's good. So,
He's all right.
I expected that.
so I was fine with him passing me, but then a
Yeah,
Woods
no,
guy
he's
passed
good.
me right coming off the motocross track, and that kind of pissed me off. And then when we got in the woods, he left me, and
I
basically
still
after
don't
that-
know how we got. What we get sixth? They claim.
Yeah, basically
I still
after-
don't know how we got sixth.
After that, we got our asses kicked in the woods. Those guys were going pretty good.
Well, bring it, Woods guys. We show up to one. Just kidding, boys. Yeah, come on, Woods guys. Show up.
I'll
to
tell you
some
right now,
motocross
though, like
races.
Chase completed his fourth lap. It was I was hoping Chase would expend the time, like the 2 hour, 2 hours,
3 hours.
I was hoping Chase that fourth lap of his would be like, all right, time's up, checker flag, but no, one more lap. I tried to give it off to Chase, he wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I come in and he's sitting there with his helmet off.
You're the
Like-
bulldog, bro.
And Christian goes, "You want to do another?" I said, "No." And Cole's kind of like shaking his head, puts his helmet on, and does his last lap. But I'm not lying. The last lap I did, I was so tired. Basically, my thighs, like in my, like from left, right, sticking your leg out every corner. My legs were so tired that I just left my feet on the pegs the whole last lap, and my ass barely ever left the seat. But I was paying for it afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
I was
You got
sore.
that chap
Pampers.
ass.
Yeah. I didn't even want to walk.
You had to
Like I was
get
just
them.
like, just want to sit down.
Still Lakes wipes. Say, Lake, I'm going to need these for the next week, dude.
Oh, the real side
I was hitting the gold bond for sure when I got home.
Monkey butt.
Dude, we used to keep
It's a
that shit on.
lifesaver,
We used to have that
dude.
shit on deck in the
Yeah,
Raptor.
you can't. Yeah.
I don't know how it works, but it worked fucking good.
It's like Deserton. It's basically like baby shit.
Yeah, I mean, overall, Gold Rush wasn't no joke. I'm washed the fuck up. I used to do 3 hour races by myself. 3 hour races, team race these days. No. Cool. Gauntlet.
There's some pretty good shenanigans, like always. I'm sure you guys saw videos of Ryan jumping the fire
Yeah, I
on the
saw it.
little Atwoods bike chopper. He
Oh,
tried-
yeah. Ryan was tuned in all weekend, just looking great.
It's ready to rock at all times.
Anytime I seen him, I mean, I thought I used to be ready to go. He was ready to
He
go.
was full throttle.
He was ready to go.
Yeah,
I love
he's
it.
wide open. He's
Shout
about
out
it.
to Ryan. He let me race it side by side, and I'm
Fucking Knox.
pretty sure I did
40,
thousands of dollars of
$50,000 at
damage.
least.
I let Knox ride my motorcycle, and he screwed you in the race.
Oh, in that first corner, yeah, that's
Yep.
racing.
That's Knox. No, that's not racing. That's just Knox. That's what he does. Come in wide open, use you as a berm.
We do what we do.
Yeah, yeah. Just
He
like
might have
CP.
been feeling a little pressure.
Oh yeah, He had that Stillwater Power Sports Razor
throwback shit right
rocking,
there.
baby. All right, let's go through this.
Hey.
What did you say we got?
OSU did what they do too this year.
Yeah, Baylor Bub.
God damn it! The one time in my life I've been rooting for the Pokes to do something.
Don't ever root for them. That was your first mistake.
Well, fuck. I mean, we weren't going nowhere, so I was like, God damn, OSU, you got a chance. Make it happen.
No, don't make it happen.
It said, OSU, do what we do.
It's fucked up. I stopped
How'd we get
watching
on to football?
I stopped watching football because of OSU. I'm not gonna lie. I was an OSU
mo-
fan for my
most
whole
any
life.
fan should, because
Well, we whooped your ass. Now we.
oh my God, you got 16 wins out of like 255.
See, the problem is, OU fans are the worst. They're the worst fans
the
in
truth
the world.
hurts so bad.
Just me. Hey.
All right, let's get back to Gold Rush. I wasn't done.
We'll keep going.
What do you guys?
I don't want to hear
champ?
this crying back and forth.
There's no
OSU,
crying.
OU.
I'm
OU's the
stoked
best.
about
That's
OU
it.
football. We got a fresh coach. It's gonna be sick.
Go Mud Dogs. That's who I remember.
Mud Dogs.
Mud Dogs gonna win by 7.
We're going to the Bourbon Bowl.
That's what I always say on my golf course because everyone there, they're all,
Foosball is for the devil.
yeah, they're all older and shit, and they're always, they got fantasy football and everything, and I always just go Mud Dogs.
You like to see homos naked?
No, that's Joe Dirt, my guy.
Oh, that's right. Dang it. Got it twisted.
Dude, you need to go home.
I tuned up your
Time to cut it
lawnmower. Whoa, like Taco's lawnmower. You can wheelie that son bitch.
I used to know that.
studies astrology.
I like Vicky. She likes my back. She
Astrology's
showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so back to Gold Rush. I had to share this also. So speaking of Ryan and all those shenanigans, so he hit me up a couple weeks before and said, "Hey, I got this new Can-Am X3. You're racing it. Like I trust, like he trusts me with
Knox
his
is
brand
fixing
new,
to fuck it up.
his brand new
In
badass
pit,
race car.
we trust.
So, anyways, I'm kind of nervous because this thing's fast as shit. But really, what I was nervous, it's really wide, and for the trails, I was kind of nervous, and I didn't want to fuck
Flipping
it up.
some shit.
Yeah, I mean, you hit a tree and you $3,000.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm like, hey, I'd like to drive it before the race. Well, new this year was Friday night. They had a family ride night and side by sides, and it said you just gotta have a helmet. Well, they didn't tell us no rules, nothing. You just pay your $20, go up there. Well, Don Clifton, that helps build the track, is in his side by side. He takes off, and everybody's just following him, and he does a loop on the track, and it was the same track you rode the beginner.
The beginner, yeah. That was fun as shit.
And so he's just going probably, 15, 20 miles an hour. And we're all like, we're wanting to go fast. And
Yeah.
we're just behind him. But he never said like, hey, stay behind me. Or it was kind of understood, I guess. Well, when we hit the woods, before we get to the split, Ryan
yeah.
was like, the first split, let's get it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Like I wanted to get a feel for it. And so we hit that split, and I dropped the hammer and drove it like it was a race. And I was smiling ear to ear because that thing was so badass.
So that's the same track that you guys drove your cars on? Was
the same
beginner?
track,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And man, that thing was so fast. It was crazy. So we do a full lap, and I mean, this thing, we're going like 90 miles an hour on the asphalt in the dark. And which we have headlights.
Never pit.
But I remember we come around, and then I see some headlights like on the road course. It's a truck. I'm like, oh shit, we're getting in trouble. And then I see somebody standing out there, and it's Pat from K&N. And I'm like, I don't see him. And I just blow past him. He's trying to wave us down.
Like, it's dark.
And then I pass him, and then we kind of get to a straightaway, and I look at Ryan. I'm like, I think we're in trouble. He's like, yeah.
Take a Leonard.
So I said, all right, we won't finish this lap. So we go in the woods, and as soon as you come out of the woods, like by the highway,
Yeah.
I was going to turn right and go across back.
Yeah,
to
I
the
was just
pits.
checking out. Yeah.
Well-
Doing a little booze cruise.
Right as you come out of the woods, and there's that little natural jump. I knew I was about to pull off, so I just got a little
You
throttle
goosed
happy,
it.
and I goosed it, and I had the wrong angle, and it's dark. And I'm like, oh shit, we're jumping straight towards the fence. I land and have probably 5 feet, and I'm on the brakes, and we just center punch the fence with the front end. And it bounces us backwards. We hit it so hard. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I'm sorry, Ryan. And he's just laughing. He's like,
I don't give a fuck.
he said, it's all good. Just don't do that tomorrow. And I said, all right. And then we back up and then pull into the pits, and we parked it. Well, apparently Buddy Bishop was behind us, and he was kind of hauling ass too, but he was in like a utility one.
Yeah.
Well, he got in trouble. Or no, he pulls over where Pat was. He's like, what's wrong? He's like, no, we're looking for the Stillwater Power Sports car.
Never heard of her.
Yeah.
Who?
And so like, oh shit. So the next morning at the drivers meeting, Pat called us out because he's doing, he's announcing it.
Done
He's
Pat shit.
Snap,
Thank
calls us
you,
out.
Pat, for blowing us out.
Anyways, Sorry for that, Pat, but he got over it.
Sorry, Pat.
But it was pretty funny.
But really, with all due respect, is what we did it with. Not we.
There's a lot of respect in that car.
I mean, when you get chased behind four wheels, you got to expect what you get. I mean, you got to know what you're getting yourself into. I mean, this dude's a quad god. I mean, you get him in a roll cage. This is undesignated territory here.
It's next level.
Yeah, he's got a roll cage. He can hit a fence and it not be detrimental. I mean, yeah. That's okay, though. Ryan's a great dude. I ended up hanging out with him, ended up getting to know him. He's a good dude.
He's a guy.
Yeah. As soon as he starts saying all his rhymes and shit, he can rhyme with everything. I'm like, come on, bro. Let's have a conversation. Yeah, it was good. He's a good dude. Super nice guy.
After we were doing the Farmer Fran impressions, I'm trying to find this fucking video, dude. It's this
Of what?
It's this dude that he puts the glass packs on his truck and he's revving it.
Glass packs.
And he does
Coweta, Oklahoma, baby.
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. The redneck of them all. A little bit more than Manford.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but it's so damn funny.
Cole, how's the golf game coming? What's our handicap looking like? Because we got some tournaments coming up. I'm not going to lie.
I've never done a real handicap, but I mean, right now it'd probably be pretty high.
What are you thinking?
I mean, if I went out today, shot an honest round sober.
No, I mean, sober or not, it doesn't matter, really.
I mean, I think it'd be high 80s to 90s.
Really? Somewhere
I'd hope.
Where at? What course are we talking? Sand Springs?
Any just local Tulsa course. Nothing too crazy.
You kind of get a little squirrely with the driver every now and then. But other than that,
always. But I mean, I have no prep. If I prepped a little, I'd probably.
Your chipping and putting
Chipping's. I always have the most confidence in my chipping.
Chipping and putting. Never met a
putting. If I give any thought or effort into putting, I can putt pretty good.
Yeah. What about you, Dixon? What do you think your handicap's sitting on?
My handicap?
Yeah, if you were gonna go when we play tournaments, I'm a 6. So you combine it, we have flights.
Probably a 15.
15? Yeah. So you're thinking around
15 to
high
17.
80s, low 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I played, I think I had 4. I didn't play that many rounds this year. I probably played golf 10 to 12 times this year. I think I had 5 or 6 rounds in the mid 80s out of those, and the other ones were, nothing to write home about.
Where'd you play at?
Mostly around Oklahoma City.
We need to play that Moore course that I'm linked to.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never played there. I had a buddy that has played there, and he said it's hard to get a tee time there sometimes because it's a cheap.
Yeah,
it's a cheap club,
cheaper.
So a lot of people have a membership there. But
I mean, this time of year, anytime there's nice weather, you're lucky to get tee time.
Yeah,
because the weather's nice, and they know it's not going to be nice for very much longer.
See, that's the key that I've diagnosed into, and I got a cart cover and a heater. So when it's 52, dude, have you been in my cart cover and heater?
No, that's what I'm saying. You're way more dialed in than I am.
Dude,
I need to be on
it's
this level.
sick. Saturday, flip a coin, whoever's going to be in the cart cutter and heater, because I'm going to have it. I mean, it's badass.
It's supposed to be cold on Saturday.
I mean, in the morning,
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Today was nice. I think tomorrow's really nice, and this weekend's just not that nice.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be 72, but
I haven't even. I'm sure people are like, "You're the weatherman."
Weather guy, what the fuck, dude?
Why don't you know the weather forecast literally at all moments and points in time? Saturday 53, it ain't that bad. Could be worse.
Yeah, but
That's
I mean,
the high, though,
when you're going from hole to hole, so what I figured out as far as playing all the tournaments and shit that I played, especially in the winter, is I'll get there 30 minutes early, 45 minutes early, and I'll put that cart cover on, a heater in there, and it's going from hole to hole. It's not as far as hitting the ball. It's when you're driving the cart.
Yeah.
Then you got that heater in there, and it's 80 degrees. It's 85 degrees in there.
Yeah.
And you're just chilling, drinking beers.
Beers.
It's like next level golf, too.
Making birdies. And you'll never do it another way. That's the thing is I've introduced my buddy. It's a +2 handicap. Been playing for 15 years, but he never really played like that. He normally on winter, he would walk. I was like, no, we played this tournament. I was like, get in the cart. So he showed up, and he got in the cart, and it's literally 85 degrees in the cart, and everyone else is freezing their ass off. And we're just in the cart, just chilling, and it's good. That's the only way to play golf. Telling you what, especially in the winter.
Yeah. I mean, the bad thing about golf for me is, like, if I get really into it, I just want to quit doing everything else and play golf. And I don't like to be in that state of mind because it pisses me off. Because there's days where I'm literally like, I'm selling the bikes, I'm selling the trailer, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to play golf.
Yeah.
But, like, I know after 6 months, I'm probably going to be like, man, let's go race dirt bikes. If I was, like, going to get in that mode.
Get into the mode. And I've gotten, now I've probably won $3,000. $3,300 this year off golf tournaments. Mm-hmm. But it is easier. That's what gets me sometimes as far as like, if none of the boys are going to ride, I'm not in that mode anymore to where I have to do motos or trying for anything.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to go and like I put my $15 in and win 50, or whatever it is. It's so much easier to go play golf. But if all the boys are going to ride, it's fun. I've never got to that point to where I'm like, sell everything, but I have got to that point where I'm like, I just want to play golf because it's so much easier.
Well, I have a hard time with golf because, at least right now, because when I was living in Wisconsin, I was playing my best golf ever, by far. Like, every time I played, I was high 80s at worst.
That seems like weird because you only get to play golf, 6 months out of the year?
But all the driving ranges were heated.
Yeah, heated and lit
so
up.
So if you weren't playing, you could hit balls whenever. And what the fuck else are you going to do when there's 2 feet of snow on the ground?
Not shit, but
it's 20
balls.
degrees.
Yeah.
I would go to the driving range 3 or 4 nights a week and hit balls. And so and then we'd go play these tournaments with the school team. And, I was always I was never on like the A team.
Yeah.
Those dudes were shooting, par
Par,
better.
yeah. They're scratch golfers.
Yeah. But, I was always usually one of the upper B team guys. At that time, I had some blow up days, it was always 2-day tournaments we would play. We'd play 3 or 4 of them a semester.
Yeah.
And there were some of them I went to, like we went to this one course both years that I was there. And it had 2 courses, and you'd play the first one. The first one was called the Lakes, and the second one was called the Pines, which was really fucked up to me because the first course had way more pines, and the second course had way more lakes.
Way more lakes.
Yeah. But the first course,
Iceland, Greenland.
Yeah, exactly. The first course, called the Lakes course, had still to this day the most narrow tee shots that I've ever played, and straight tee shots have never been the strongest point of my game. Like, there's been parts where I've had good tee shots, especially lately because I haven't had a driver. I've been playing with just irons off the tee. It's been better, but I was always hitting the driver back then, and so I really struggled on that course. I don't think I ever shot better than like a 95 at that course. Yeah, but then the second day course was my best round 2 years in a row.
The pine course?
Yeah,
had no pines?
Yeah, it was my best round 2 years in a row. I shot 84 both times I went there.
Yeah.
You're only banging irons right now because your shit got stolen, right?
Yeah.
You don't have a driver.
I got a
not a driver you want.
Yeah, no. Well, and a fucking new TaylorMade driver's $550.
I got a brand new
a full salary.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might be able to give you a deal on the brand new Ping that I just got reshafted.
Really?
Probably got.
Dude, I'm such a dumbass. Like, I like to have a match set. I like.
What are you hitting?
TaylorMades.
I got an M2.
An M2.
Or no. What's the new one that they come out with?
The Sim 2?
Fuck.
Yeah, I got the Sim 2.
Today? Because yesterday they had a new one.
Yeah,
They
no,
do
I
come
got
out
the.
with a lot of clubs.
You've hit it, haven't you? I got the Sim too.
Yeah, your new one's badass.
Yeah.
I plan on getting a new. I'll probably get a new Tyler's driver. That'll probably be my next club because I've been hitting driver lately, and I normally don't mess with driver, but I've been messing with driver.
Yeah.
Because 3-wood, like me and 3-wood used to be like homies.
Oh, homies.
Like me and him were like
25-yard
what
draw.
up, dude? But lately, like I bought my new 3-wood.
TS3.
I bought it like 2 years ago for full price. I don't know, whatever a new Titleist 3-wood is. Hit it like maybe
Probably like
5
300.
times,
Yeah.
6 times. Like I don't hit it at all. For some reason, I've been hitting that. The only club I want more than that new driver is my old hybrid because me and that son bitch go way back.
Firebird.
Me and that Warbird.
They're Warbird, sorry.
Hey, you can't come between me and that Warbird. If it breaks, my golf game's done.
It's gone.
I'm quitting.
I want to hit some balls because I know my swing's gotten a little out of whack lately. I've gotten this really inside.
Oh, mine's so out of whack.
Like I like 3 or 4 months ago, I watched a video of myself hitting balls, and my backswing comes like way inside. Which I started doing that because I had there's like a 2-week period when I was living in Wisconsin that I had the shanks. Like I could not hit a ball.
There's Hazel Rocket.
If I hit a ball, it was shank.
Yeah.
And
Hazel
so,
Rocket. Yeah.
so I went to this trainer a couple times, and I was like, bro, I got the shanks. I got no fucking idea how to fix it. I've tried everything. And he said, just pull your club way to the inside on your backswing and try to do the same thing.
Try and hit
later.
a draw, basically.
What do you know? Start smoking
Yeah.
balls. Well, then, like, when I first started doing that, because I had never done that before, you know, it was like pretty close to a decent swing path.
And
But
then you
then-
started over
But
exaggerating.
then, like, I got it ingrained into my head to do that, and eventually it got really exaggerated.
exaggerated,
So now my miss is a huge
Huge
hook.
look, yeah.
Yeah. So I got to straighten that
We'll
out.
get you
but-
dialed out, baby. I hate to say this, but I am a golf. I can see golf swings, and half the time, just like
Local
Cole over here.
God.
I love
Dude, I'm your local
Like-
dirt biker that shoots even par.
that's one of my favorite aspects of a lot of things, but golf especially is because it's so technical, and I love diving into all
Yeah.
the technicalities of the swing. Like that's why like I knew it was this way with dirt bikes, but I had never been exposed to the deep dive of it.
Yeah.
And then when I went and trained with Robbie Smith a couple times, and he was like, do this and this with your feet and blah,
Push
blah, blah.
on your
and
outside
like, you know,
foot
whatever.
peg, yeah.
He talked about a lot of stuff that had just never been brought to my attention. I knew it was there, but it had just never been brought to my attention. And it was cool to see all that stuff. And, you know, I'm an analytical person, so I like going
You're
through
real
that
good at
stuff.
hearing it and then applying it.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of that,
Kind of the opposite.
that start, I saw a video of you at Raynard's.
Yeah.
You nailed that. Like your form and everything was
Yeah.
on point.
Yeah, that was a good one. My brother packed that gate. Shout out Cole Dixon.
Oh, Cole Dixon was there?
Yeah, he showed up.
Damn, my
Swolo.
boy. Swolo.
Where you at, dude?
No, he was there and he packed the gate and
I was bummed. I was bummed to see that Cole was there, and that was the one that I didn't
Yeah,
go to.
the one that
Yeah.
no one
I
goes
was pretty
to.
bummed.
Well, I think now that his boy's getting a little bit older, he'll probably come to a few more. He's getting a little bit easier to manage.
That's cool because Cole's, I mean, he's been around obviously as long as you have. I mean, he knows every part of the game that we
Oh
do,
yeah,
you know. I
yeah,
mean,
it's funny. He's always coaching me and stuff. when
yeah.
we're there,
I mean,
which
he knows what he's doing.
I like hearing what he has to say. You know.
Yeah.
But the only bad thing is, I wish he could have gotten more time on big bikes, because there's things between like a super mini and a big
And a
bike that
250F.
don't
yeah.
necessarily translate. You know, like I can't think of any examples right now of stuff he's talked about, but you know, sometimes I'm like, I'll tell him something, and he's like, "Really, you do that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of better
gotta
that way when
understand.
you've got a 4-stroke."
Yeah.
You know,
You got to understand though, Cole's pretty much the same as me. Like he didn't study no
Yeah.
like technical abilities or like
Right.
He didn't do none of that. He just rode.
yeah,
I mean,
that's 100% true. Yeah.
MX versus or MX versus Untamed or whatever. MX versus ATV Untamed Reflex. That's where. Yeah, they're good enough. They can do shit like that. Like me and you. Like I, as stupid as I am, I'm pretty analytical on like how I have to do stuff because.
If it fucks you in some ways and it benefits you in other ways.
Yeah, absolutely. I
The
think
benefit is what the Heap said, where someone can tell me what I need to do and I can apply it. The downside is you get in these modes where you start analyzing shit, and
Yeah.
then next thing you know, you've overthought it by a mile, whereas you really just need to go
Really
out and
just
twist
need
the
to go,
throttle.
Yeah, go fast. Yeah.
Something in the same aspect as your suspension. Like if you're
Oh, I
You're-
love fucking with suspension.
I know, but it's like sometimes it's like, dude, you should just focus on your twisting throttle a little bit more. than
Suspension's
tweaking
fine. Suspension's fine to fuck with, but there comes a point in time where it's like, all
If
right,
you get too consumed in it.
I'm just going fucking slow.
Oh yeah. The only time I ever really fuck with my suspension is if I'm getting head shake. That's mainly when I start changing shit.
I haven't got that in a long time.
Oh, dude, KTM 350 digit head shake
I
central.
don't think I've ever got it on mine.
Well, you're 210 pounds.
But I did on my Cowie, remember? No, you cut me short. I'm about
You can-
225.
You can easily get head shake at any
You're
weight.
225.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Heavyweight champ.
No, I mean, there's two things I pay attention to. There's two things I pay attention to if I want to mess with my suspension. It's how the bike corners, and then how it handles at high speed. And if I feel like my front end's knifing, I'll fuck with it. If I feel like I'm riding up out of ruts, I'll fuck with it. But
you don't carry a flathead in your boot like Asher would.
no,
Asher Wood right now, I guarantee you, as I know he's got a 125, he's probably tweaking on it.
but
Mitch
how
in
we
there
have
grinding cylinders.
you know how we have those clickers on our forks.
Yeah, I never touched mine.
There has been times where I've pulled off in practice and done a click or two, and then kept going.
I thought you were going to tell me you hit it in midair.
No,
Little Chad Reed action.
good.
The only
Believe
reason,
me, I know.
the only way I'm going to complain about my suspension is if I'm going down a straightaway and it just bucks me 20 feet. Besides that, I don't
That's
give a
not
shit.
entirely true, though. You used to talk about suspension more when you were a more serious racer.
Yeah, I just talked how it was shit and I don't know what to do. And I never did nothing and it was always shit. But these days, there's no way I'm giving any fucks.
Like, I remember you swapping out forks on your 2012? Like, you put your 07 forks on it?
I didn't like, I think it was 2011, Cowie made that.
The air fork?
The one spring and the one whatever.
Yeah, it wasn't air, but it was a single fork function.
I didn't like
Single
that.
function fork, like
Yeah.
the 2019 I had?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like how that was running, so I had some older forks. I put them on. They were shit. My bike was slow. I had no business riding 250s in the first place. And I don't think I ended up riding 250s that year.
But you took the forks off that 08 that was blown up in the shop.
Yeah, for sure. Put them on there, and I liked it better. But what I really, main thing I remember, my 450s, my Cowie 450s. Loved the power. I could ride pretty good on a basically rough track, not too rough. But
Yeah.
anytime I went to a real rough track and tried to go fast, I just couldn't really go that fast. I always felt like I was going to crash. I'd come into a really rough corner fast, and it was just a nightmare. I got bucked all around. Like my suspension would dip real hard and then just preload the fuck out. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I mean, I probably, if I would have talked to somebody, and we tried back then to dial it in, but it never happened, and it never worked out.
Well, from what I have noticed, just with all the time I've spent fucking with it over the last few years, is it varies from track to track.
Oh, it definitely, every track, every condition, it depends. If you have a hard pack track, do you have a soft pack track, braking bumps, everything matters. But I had zero resources then, and I wasn't fucking with it.
Yeah.
My dad didn't know he would try, but we ain't fucking with that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But all I know is that certain bike, though, that Cowie, I could not, my 09 Honda. Shit.
Yeah, boy.
And if you do any research on an 09 Honda, not nobody in the world likes it besides Andrew Short.
Andrew Short.
Andrew Short likes it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Factory.
But I love that bike. That was the only bike that I ever rode that I went fast on. I got hole shots on.
I love that Honda as well. I
did
had the
ride
same
that.
bike.
I was dialed on that Honda. Maybe I wasn't going fast enough because I know Robbie Raynard hated that bike. I think Wyndham hated it. Raynard hated it. Everybody hated that bike. But for some reason, I guess I was in that not going that fast, but not going that slow range to where it was just perfect.
I was going in the slow range.
It was a
fine.
perfect top 10 Loretta bike. For me that
You
year.
beat Jeremy Martin on it.
Until I broke my arm, I was going top 10 at Loretta's that year. If not, top 8.
Two positions.
No, I was literally shredding that year. I felt good. It was the only year I ever remember lighting up on the gate, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna hole shot. And you know, when you have that confidence, it really matters. But that was the only year I'm like,
It really matters.
Yeah,
I'm fucking hole shotting.
I don't know if it matters anywhere more.
I beat
than
Bogle
on
that
the
year at Rayners, which he did crash like once or twice. I don't know, but fuck him, I beat him. Like I was going decent for a spav. You know what I mean?
for his bad crick.
For a Spavinal Creek, the heapy peepee, I was going pretty good.
PPPB.
I think I had Chase on my side that year too. He's probably dialing me on hole shots or something.
Packing that
That
gate.
was.
But yeah, people talk so much shit on that 09 Honda. I'm like, God, that's the best 450 I ever rode.
That was the best 450 I ever rode. I agree. Because I got a 14.
I don't got
that thing
no.
was
My flame's not. If my
young.
flame is flexing, it's flexing in the right fucking spot.
Keep saying flame.
my
My
fucking
flame is flexing.
Frame's flexed out. She.
My arm got decapitated.
my arm got decapitated.
Hey,
Oh shit!
simple reason I'm a construction worker. You know what I mean?
Tommy, get another Miller. Come on. That's good shit.
Hey, just a little
No,
tongue
but-
tied. That's all.
Honestly,
Where are you standing
with
at?
the
bro?
age.
Speaking of those forks, back to the Cowie.
Your mom's.
Didn't you get protested at a regional or something because you had those forks on your bike? I'm pretty sure.
If I
it
did,
wa-
I don't remember.
it wasn't legal. I think it was an area.
You can't run 5-year-old forks on that bike. Or at that time, it would only been
Yeah,
like 3.
it wasn't what came on the bike or something like that, which I thought was crazy. Oh, it's because it was a stock class.
I mean,
Which
maybe
it
so.
was
I don't
stock
remember.
forks, but it's kind of like
What region were we at? Illinois?
I don't remember.
I hope they wouldn't protest me there. I don't know if I finished a moto.
Dude, I was
don't
always so
remember, but-
scared to go to that fucking
Press the
regional.
button.
I always
You're
hit-
shitty
I always
at
hit the wrong
buttons,
buttons.
dude.
God,
Dude, we got
We
fucking.
got a label.
stay off the
on.
production pads.
We got
not
beat
labeled.
up at that regional though, Pitt.
Oh, you're talking about
Illinois.
We went up and
It was
stayed
fun
with-
as shit though. Like everything besides that was fun. Twan was there.
We
Sheesh.
stayed with
Oh,
Sondergroff.
Amphi?
Yeah. And
Who?
Twan.
That's like speaking Voldemort's name.
Yeah, that I don't know. When I think back in the memories, I'm like, God. I think Anthony at one point had the dead mouse fucking head on in
Yeah,
Crom's house.
Dude.
that track was sick.
Oh,
But we
yeah.
both just
If we
sucked
could
it up.
like ride there like on a regular day,
You're talking about Mount Carroll,
yeah,
I guess I don't know.
MC Moto Park.
Mount fucking got our asses
had the
kicked. Yeah,
big
that was it.
jumps. Dude,
They posted a picture the other
It
day.
had some big ass
of the
jumps,
track all
some
prepped
downhills.
up. Oh my god, it looked like dreamland.
yeah.
Yeah,
Cole
and
had
Pitt,
shit
and,
starts the whole weekend.
and Pitt was going in fucking 252 stroke, and there was some fucking heat.
Dude, that was
Heat, Bubby.
That regional was fast.
Yeah, I don't know if I may have top 10 one moto. I don't know. It was shit though.
I
I
remember
got one good start, like Pitt was trying to say, and I went into the grass and slid out first corner.
the drive home from that race was the worst. We both we had our tails tucked all the way home.
Yeah, and you know, Pap was full mode back then. Like, God,
so
you
he was-
pieces of shit.
He was heated.
I mean, he really wasn't that mad,
Pappy?
I don't think, but God, I mean, he expected more out of us, and I expected more out of us too.
Yeah. That's how I.
I mean,
Sucks when you go.
We were like 19-year-old dropouts back then. Like, you better be doing something, Bubba. And all you did was crash in the first corner and not make 252 stroke. Sons of bitches.
That's exactly how I felt the last.
You
regional I
motherfuckers
went
are doing
to.
siding on the next fucking 15 double wides.
Yeah.
And I think we
a lot
did.
more for
I'm pretty
myself.
sure we did.
That's how I felt my whole career, boys. I remember going.
We expected more.
I got the 10th at in the 450B at Freestone, and I mean I was racing Faulkner. I mean there were the top 6 are fucking sick. We go to Millville and I'm like, dude, I got a chance.
Don't hit that.
Yeah, don't hit that. I got a chance to like, let's get it, knock myself out on the 3rd lap, dog. Through the Millville, hula, hula, boom.
Oh, dude, my Millville stories or Freestone stories no better than yours.
That's a scary section of the track, though.
Dude, I did good at Freestone. I'm not gonna lie, that was the best. 10th for 450B.
I had some motos there, but
12,
if I took
250
my
is not
average,
bad.
it was shit. Believe me. I've been
gonna be a breeze.
I've been to Loretta's 3 times. I've had one good moto out of I don't know how many. That's too many. But
That'd be 9 motos if you've been 3 times. Oh wait, no,
Only
you
if
do
you rode
multiple
one
classes.
class. Yeah.
I have one good moto there. That's it. Every other moto was like,
Seen it.
do I race? Or like, what am I doing here? Like, should I just go back to kickball and PE class?
Golf.
Well, the one
Should
year,
have done golf back then, but it wasn't on the radar.
the one year you ran out of gas during practice.
That made headlines when you were pushing your bike back. Shit, that was the best part of your
I got
fucking career.
back
Bo.
to the pit and said, Pap said, fuck, you need the goddamn training.
I would have just said it blew up. Don't tell him you.
Well, it did blow up one year. Shout out to Jones because he rebuilt my bike for me.
Brian did.
You talking about Dylan Ray?
No, Jones' dad.
No, I was
to
there
rebuild
when
my bike.
Dylan Ray's bike blew up.
Well,
it
the
was
good
Cole-
thing.
remember he borrowed
the good
Cole's
thing at
450
the
and
good
blew
thing at the Nationals, like I still don't. I was probably like $400 or $500, but when you're at the Nationals, they hook you up. Like when
Yeah.
your bike blows up,
Yeah.
you still pay for it, but not near as much as
No,
like.
you weren't out of,
What year was that?
that would have been
I think it was the
2000.
same year I ran out of gas.
It was
That would've
11.
been-
Yeah, 11. So I was there for that because I remember you going to the Cowie trailer.
Yeah, I
You
think it
were
was
there
11.
for 11?
I know
Oh.
back then I was like
we were both there.
back then I was the shittiest level of Team Green you could be, but they still invite you to the Munster tent.
Yeah.
Kind of
So,
like when
we
you're.
went.
Yeah.
I remember Bogle and Nichols were there, like high class as fuck. I was like this low tier, but it was still cool to hang out at the tent. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my bike blew up like 5 times that year. Actually once, but I also ran out of gas and pushed it back.
Blew up 5 times.
If you're looking for a new set of wheels in 2022, then look no further than Stillwater Power Sports in Stillwater, Oklahoma. Stillwater Power Sports is one of the top dealerships in the Southern Plains, and they're a locally owned family business that prides itself on putting the customer first. They carry a variety of products such as motorcycles, ATVs, side-by-side scooters, watercraft, go-karts, just to name a few, and they're authorized manufacturers of Yamaha, Polaris, Can-Am, KTM, and more. Head up to Stillwater Power Sports today and let them know the Pit Racing Boy sent you up there to get the best deal possible on a new machine.
Tired of your kids living through their cell phone? Experience the great outdoors at Jandaber's, just 30 minutes south of Tulsa in Okmulgee. Bring the family to Jandaber's. We've taught over 3,000 kids doing up to ride safely and be good sports, even when they're throwing dirt around one of our 10 tracks. Don't have a bike? No problem. You can rent or buy the right bike from our knowledgeable team. Book a lesson now. Packages available for every skill level. Experience the great outdoors at Jandaber's Motorsports Park in Okmulgee, Oklahoma.
All right, let's get into the state race recap.
All right, now we are on to the state race recap from 2021, coming to you live from Austin Dixon. That's pretty good.
G-Bo.
Gee-boo.
We'll just go through over 25 since that's conversations across the table here to start. But
How many times I beat Cole? I'm
Deeb got one of what? You only got 2 overall wins this year?
I was on that ass.
Fuck, I hope.
Yeah, so Deeb got his one of 2 overall wins at Moto City. He had some good battles with Brunk at that race, didn't you?
I don't know. I think
That was the race you about died on that double right there in the middle because you went off the track.
he got me first moto and then I won second moto.
Moto City?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what'd you go there? You went first moto?
I think I went 2-1.
2-1. Okay.
2-1
let's
for
see.
a dub.
Yeah, he did a 2-1
Okay.
there.
So who went? So there was a couple other people at that
Brunk
race.
went 1-2. Frosch went 4-6 for third overall.
Frost Daddy.
I did a
Retirement.
I did a 6-7 for fourth overall, and then Dustin Cates went 12th and third for fifth overall.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know. And then there was a lot of inconsistent riding. Mike Dunn went 11th and 4th for 6th overall.
Done again.
C class?
This is over 25.
Ah, shit.
And then Brad Rogers went 5th and 10th.
Oh, no, Mason didn't ride because his bike fucked up. I remember now.
Yeah, Mason's clutches were...
That was a
Shell Daddy. Where was
full-
Shell?
That was a full homeboy move right there. and I should have rode the 14. But you know, when you say
Let
you
Shell
can ride
fucking
this
ride it.
bike, that's
Yeah,
what you do.
what'd Shell do? 14.
Dude, Shell.
Shell went 14-14.
Hey. Shell.
No disrespect, Shell. I love you.
We love you, but guess what? God damn it, you're buff.
I remember lapping him. And he just
twist the throttle.
He's got the old hang loose fly.
Dude, I can't believe there were 14 riders there.
I was honestly pumped he
First round
showed
is
up.
always heavy.
Hey,
Moto
holy
shitty.
shit. I forgot about this. So Justin Barry,
Barry,
he gets 13th
JB
in Moto 1.
3.
I pass him. He gets a better start than me, second moto. I pass him on the second lap.
Oh, then he comes cruising.
2 laps later, we're going down the back straightaway. JB. Right?
Oh, hold on. We have a special guest
Hey,
here.
whoa. Hold on.
We have
We're gonna pause for a second.
a special guest here. His name is Anthony Puglisi.
Mason. Mason, hook up.
How are you doing? Hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. I'm going to hook up to you.
Look on your Bluetooth.
Hold on. I'm going to hook up to you. You're going on Pit Racing Live. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear
Okay, hold on. You're going on Pit Racing Live. I'm hooking up the Bluetooth as we speak.
you. Are you sure you guys want me on Pit Racing?
Oh, we want you on Pit Racing. Hold on, bud. We're, me and technology and shit like that. We're getting you on Pit Racing. This is what we do. Sorry for the people here. We got one of our phenomenal friends here, Anthony Puglisi, our Italian
Pug
family.
Life.
Pug Life. The
Who
guy,
is Twain?
Who is Twain?
W-I-T.
How many?
Who is Dwayne?
How
there he
many-
is.
There he is. He's on. Can you hear us fine, Bubba?
What up, boys?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can.
All
Oh,
right,
shit,
good.
boo.
What's up, dude? How are you doing?
Good, man.
What's going on? What's cracking in the life of Twain?
Oh man, just traveling the world.
Well, we got
Wearing my Chase Snap jersey.
you wearing the
Hell
Snapple?
yeah.
Well, we got the crew
I
here.
got my sign poster hanging up in my room in Puerto Rico. I got my Dehipi Cole Supernaut jersey. I got my whole get up.
That's
Is that poster the one with the mustache?
Yeah, the one where I drew on there the mustache.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
What's
good.
going on, boys?
No, dude, we
Podcast
had
today
to.
or what?
No, dude, you're like a unicorn. As soon as you text me, I said, "Call, let's go."
Yeah, you're on episode. This is episode.
You're on a straight podcast, baby. Come on.
This is episode
Wow.
14.
I mean, yeah, getting a hold of me is a little bit tough. So this is about the last time you're going to hear from me.
I know. I had to get it on fucking record. I had to get it on the record.
Hey, Anthony.
Hey, man, what are we talking about?
Hey,
Is that-
Anthony.
is that-
It's
Is
Dixon.
that A Dizzle?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what up, buddy?
What's good, brother? It's been a minute.
Dude, you're a country music star on Twitter, though. I'm just over here jamming out. Dude, they're like, what are you listening to? I'm like, dude, A Dizzle 181.
181.
That's what I've heard, bro. Hey, what have you been up to, man? I haven't heard from you in forever.
Yeah, I've just been traveling the world, working a regular job, you could say. I live in Puerto Rico now. That's
Fuck
cool.
you on the regular job shit.
Bro, what do
It's
you...
not a regular job, but it's a job, and it's good. I've just been traveling a lot. Haven't been on a motorcycle in probably 3 years, which is very sad.
I was going to ask when the last time you swung a leg over a bike was.
Oh, man. It was actually Dylan Ray gave me his Yamaha 450 with no front brakes at TMX. And I about killed myself.
So what brought you all the way down to Puerto Rico?
So I have a payment processing company, and which basically I process payments for anybody who sells things online, brick and mortar, retail, anything like that. That like, if you do any type of payments, I can help you get lower rates. So I try and help small businesses.
Gotcha.
And basically being out there,
We're a small ass.
you kind of just pay a little bit less taxes.
Oh, so, okay. I see.
Puerto Rico is like another country.
Yeah, you got like an overseas bank account.
Well, it's technically it's a U.S. territory, so it's kind of like a state, but just minus all the nonsense. So
Right.
it's like you don't need a passport to go there or anything. It's gorgeous. I like it, but it's far away from my parents and all my friends and stuff. But
You goddamn right on that. Sorry. You fucking right on that. It's away from all
Yeah.
your friends.
I know, man. I
Dude,
miss you guys.
You're the first ever in call on pit racing. Am I correct?
International.
International phenom,
man.
fucking
This is
Antoine.
great. I feel honored. I mean, your first D-class champion comes You guys know that.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you guys know my one rule. You don't ever pass me when I'm looking
Don't
fresh.
ever.
Hey, style over performance, bub.
Style over performance.
Exactly. Dude,
So go
exactly.
through your first beginner win. TMX. You got your boys on the side.
Oh my gosh, man. I still think that's the highlight of my life, and I'm almost 30 years old. And I have Cole's dad. I've never seen Cole's dad cheer on Cole a day in his life. And I got Cole's dad on the track just putting put in the work, just screaming at me. I'm like, I got this.
I got
this.
My hair's longer than yours, bitch.
It was literally the best feeling in the world. And I was like, dude, Cole, have you ever seen your dad do that? He's like, no.
No.
It was a great feeling. All my boys, our home track, it was sick. I mean, D-class hero for sure.
Dude, the champ went from smoking
cigs in the back of your truck to winning D-class
motos.
champ.
Oh, dude, so funny.
I'll never forget that day. That was awesome.
That's the best.
Dude, that was so great. I mean, all the good times.
That kind of is the highlight of my motocross career, and I've told you that multiple times.
Yeah.
Like when you won that, when you came around, and I was literally fucking freaking out, and I'm like, dude, we got this. Like we're in the bag. Number
Dude, that
one.
was amazing.
We lifted you up on our shoulders.
Dude, I felt like I just won a championship.
We lifted you up on our shoulders. Lifted you up on.
I mean, dude, we had so many good times like that with all of us traveling around, like just Cole racing, Chase, Austin, me, Mace. It was such a really cool portion of my life that I'm so thankful for, because I don't think that I would be where I am today without those days. It was super sick, and I miss them honestly. But it's crazy how life changes. But it was a great time for me for sure.
Yeah, life's a lot more boring for all of us nowadays than it was back then.
Definitely.
We spend more time talking about doing it than actually doing it.
I said I hated it at the time, but I sincerely wish I could go back to the time when I was asleep on Squirrel's couch and you motherfuckers put dip in my mouth while I was sleeping. I'd pay a lot of money to go back to that time in my life.
Oh, dude, I mean, I would go out every Thursday night to Cole's house, and I wouldn't go home till late Sunday night. I got work in the morning. I got school. I'm like, dude, I was like, we were just living in that trailer.
Dude, Sunday fun days, bro.
Dude, that was so much fun.
I still got a bunch of pictures saved on my old computer of us fucking doing shit on Sundays at Cole's house.
Off that field goal post on the trampoline. Those
jumping off the
on Facebook.
Yep.
Hey, let me ask you this: when's the last time you went and ate lunch and your bill was like $2 or $3?
El Chico.
Remember, we go to El Chico's, we get the free salsa and free tortillas, and order.
Oh, dude, I'm not.
Order
Yeah,
a queso.
I mean, living between LA and Puerto Rico, I mean, that I haven't had a meal that cheap since then. That's for fucking sure.
We used to do that on the daily after class.
Oh man,
Grinding out hours at
$3 between all of
TCC.
us. Oh
Guy-
yeah, dude.
The guy coming from getting dust in his eye, trying not to get fired from NSU. You ever hear about this story?
I don't think so.
Okay, so Ant used to work for NSU, the NSU BA, which is where his mom worked.
I knew he worked out there. He was like a maintenance guy.
Yeah, he's maintenance and everything.
And by the way, I'm not handy at all. I can't do shit.
He just drove the golf cart and picked up girls.
So take over. So take over. He's replacing lights or whatever. And here's how Ant goes from broke ass VA to Puerto Rico and California. What happened with the eye? Lay it to him.
Oh, dude, I wasn't wearing glasses, and I thought I could cut wood, and I couldn't cut wood, and I got a piece of wood deep in my eye. And then I also didn't know they were going to drug test me either. I get to the hospital, and they're like, yeah, we got to take a drug test. I'm like, what you mean?
What you mean, dude?
So yeah, that was
No,
a good
tell him
time,
what
but-
Pappy did. No, you got to give him the full grip. Like, Pappy is a
my
gangster.
dad's like, don't take the drug test. He goes, I'll come pick you up, took to the doctor. He saved basically my entire job and everything. My dad's a gangster.
Pappy just like, no, don't fucking do that. You're under mine.
He knew exactly what to do.
Dude, yeah, he's an OG. It's
Dude,
so good.
I just missed picking up a gallon of Red Diamond and getting some Red Barn pizza and just heading to the compound.
Oh my God, Red Barn Pizza.
Hey, Ant, what about them hazard lights in the snipe?
We can't hear you.
I think we lost you.
Are you guys there?
There you are.
There we go.
Yeah, hazard lights in the snipe.
I say you be a dead son of a bitch if you press those things. Your poor podcast listeners this week are gonna be like, who the fuck is this guy?
No, we love it.
talking about?
I think we're gonna start one. Generally, Dixon's gonna have to come down every week, every Friday or something. We're gonna do a podcast and call in to all our fucking idiot friends that can't fucking make it in here. So we're just gonna hold it down.
If you ever need an idiot to ramble, I got you guys.
Oh, that's so good. Well, shit, Bubba, we all miss you. When's your next trip? I know Schmeg has a baby coming, so we know we have to see you soon.
I think I'll be out there early March. My brother's having a kid, so I gotta go see my little nephew and make my rounds. Maybe do a little guest appearance on the podcast, throw some stuff around, and do some light drinking.
Yes, we might have to snipe you on this
thing. Maybe you could put a little snippet of me on a YouTube clip or something of me riding a dirt bike.
Yeah, you know you'll be laced up.
You're gonna have to saddle up. I'll get the snap compound tuned up.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you guys haven't seen me, dude. I put on weight, dude. I'm thick now.
Bro.
Perfect for the 350.
Yeah, my bike's set up good then for you.
Oh, perfect, dude. I'm on the Snap program now.
Hey, Mason's keeping your boots broke in.
Bro, I got them.
Perfect.
I got you your boots, your knee braces. I got all the shit.
Great.
I think I'm actually fixing to buy some new boots, so.
Oh,
You're going to have to put those on the wall. Hey, we can put those up in here in the podcast room.
I'm going to have to get Ant on the mat.
Mason, if you can hold your breath for 2 minutes underwater, I'll pay $200 of your boots.
Bro, easy money.
If you can dive 60 feet, I'll pay
60 feet,
$400.
easy money, bro. Let's go. Easy. I just held my breath for how long, Tommy?
Bro, you ain't sitting around holding your breath.
The minute 40. He can't do it.
Sitting around.
What did he say?
He said, bro, you ain't sitting around holding your breath.
Yes, I am. You know me. I'm crazy, bro.
Bro, you take a video, I'll fucking pay up. You know what I'm good for.
What was the number? What did you say?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. That's cake, baby.
$100 a minute.
Dude,
That's
I
cake.
got you.
All right. Well, we're gonna end it here. Do you got anything you want to plug? Anything on the Pit Racing Podcast?
No, man. I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I can't wait to see you. Thanks for giving me a call. It was very unexpected. I'm honestly a little hammered, but it was a nice surprise.
All right, we'll see you in March.
Hey, I fucking love it. Well, we're gonna have to if you're serious about getting on the pit racing and telling all the crazy shit that you've had going on in the last couple of years, you're gonna have to lock down at least.
Some good stories, folks.
Well, you're gonna have to lock down at least 3 hours, and we'll get her done.
All right.
Hey, it's good to hear from you, Anthony.
Hey,
right.
dude. Likewise, fellas.
WIT.
Hey,
I love you.
Later, fellas.
Love you, Bubba.
See you, bub.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Motocross families tend to be really busy. Whether it's working on bikes during the week after work or racing them on the weekends, it's hard to find time to take care of your lawn. Progressive Lawn and Pest in Tulsa has been servicing lawns in the Tulsa metro area since 2005. They've built a solid reputation in the community for outstanding work and ability to follow through on commitment and professional lawn care and pest control services. They use quality products that get results you can see, and their technicians are highly trained and will stop at nothing until you're completely satisfied. They're licensed by the Oklahoma Department of Agriculture, and they've had a Better Business Bureau rating of A+ since 2011. Give Progressive Lawn and Pest a call today at 918-978-5296 and tell them the Pit Racing sent you over there, and give yourself one less thing to worry about around the house.
What a little
The-
cherry that we had.
That was
there,
a good little
huh?
surprise.
Yeah.
This is gonna be one for the OGs right here,
Yes,
Bull.
I know,
is,
right?
This is one for the good ones.
So
yeah.
as you guys, listeners, can tell, that was one of the homies that used
Old
to
friends.
spend every day riding with us.
Yeah.
He was the slowest of the group, but but he always looked the best.
he
made A Dizzle 181 look real good back in the day.
He coined the term style over performance.
style over performance. Always.
Yeah, he was always looking fresh.
Oh man, that's good. Anthony is such a great guy.
Hey, look fresh, go slow, baby.
Yeah, he's had so much going on in the last few years. I'm glad we could. That's the first time I've talked to him and on the phone in 3 months, 4 months. So that's good.
I texted him like months ago, but I haven't actually heard his voice in probably at least a year.
Yeah, me too. I seen him in person, I think 2 years ago.
We'll have to lock it down where he comes in and talks about all the crazy shit.
Do you remember, like, we had a lot of downtime back in them days?
A lot.
You remember when we sat in front of my old MacBook and that thing that would, like, distort your face? I got, like, 10 videos of the three of us sitting there doing that with Anthony.
Dude, I know you guys might know, but you probably might forget. But the reason me and Anthony became friends because Anthony was going to get a suspension on it. I think it was Raynard's, and he hit Taco up because he knew like Taco was the first guy to ever hit Anthony up because you know how Taco
Makes
is.
sense.
He was sitting there smoking cigs. Taco was like, "What's up, dude?" But he hit Taco up one day. He was like, "Hey, I'm going to Raynard's. You my suspension done. You want to go with me?" And he's like, "Oh no, I'm busy. Hit Cole up." So then Anthony calls me. Didn't even know the guy.
602.
And he was like, "Hey man, I'm going to Raynard. Do you want to come with me?" And I'm like, back then you know how I was. I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I want to go." So he came to my house, picked me up, and we drove to Raynard's. And ever since then, we've been chewing Red Seal. Well, I ain't chewing Red Seal no more, but we were chewing Red Seal back then like a motherfucker. So yeah, that's how me and Anthony got started.
Yeah.
And then like Anthony said just now on the podcast, he's like every Thursday coming over to Cole's. That's how it all started.
Mm-hmm.
He had like his schedule was like Monday to Tuesday or something or Wednesday, and he was always coming over.
No, he always had a dope schedule.
And I was free every fucking day. So
Let's
get it, bub.
Yeah.
I was so jealous, you bastards, back then.
Yeah, look at you now, motherfucker.
Me and Dixon are going to school.
It was about
Never got under my back.
it was like a 7 or 8 year grind to get there, but I'm getting, it's been really busy this semester, but usually on average, my schedule is pretty chill. Really thankful for that. But I did work for it, so.
There you go.
Yeah, and you got a hell of a wife, bub.
I do
I
have a
got
hell of
me
a
my
wife.
little sugar mama right to the
I
right.
do have a
Come
hell
on.
of a wife.
Tommy, you want to say hi? Say hi to the people.
Hey,
Tommy, come here.
Bug came on. Where you at?
Come on.
Hey, spit a little game.
Hey, just
Let's hear it.
you can just give a distant shout out. What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
That's my sugar mama. So, cool.
You know how pit racing
we're
does.
going
We always
through
got
the-
ladies in the building.
Oh, we always have ladies. That's my DD.
So we've made it not even through the first round.
This is what we do.
That's
This
all right.
is-
We got time.
When Banfield
We got
comes
time.
into the
So
building.
my trip to Moto City, I was pretty much out the whole season, but I tried to go to all of them that I could. I think I showed up to the race. My back door, my camper was broken off the hinges. Where we parked was so unlevel, I ripped the valve off the bottom of my water tank.
Oh yeah, I
remember
bent
that.
the shit out of one of my jacks that weekend.
I think it was that race.
Shout out Motor Shitty.
Had a wheel bearing go out on the way home.
Oh yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I just had a shitty weekend.
Yeah, then we had to go to your random uncle or
Somebody
like
in
that.
the family left the trailer at their house.
Yeah, that was rough.
It was, yeah.
Motor Sheeting needs to
But
get
it
their
may have
shitty
been
together.
It was almost my best race of the year.
I don't know. You rode really good at
Bob's.
Bob's, yeah. But then what was round 3? Oh, I guess round 3 was Bob's, wasn't it? Yeah, that was Janderberg's. Wasn't
That's not
supposed
the one that got rained out, then got rescheduled.
Yeah, got rescheduled.
I was there for that one.
Yeah, I mean, Taryn showed up to quite a few of them.
Every
and
turn
kicked
or
ass.
every race Taryn showed up to, he went 1-1.
Yeah.
Well,
of course.
I was gonna say
when
all
you're
of
on
your
Verve videos, Taryn, you should actually give us like a handicap. We should actually be handicapped.
Dude, when
Taryn,
when Taryn first
if you
came
win
back,
by 45 seconds, we should be handicapped to this shit.
when Taryn first came back, I almost had a chance, and then he actually started riding.
I almost had a chance when you came back. I was on that ass.
On that ass,
On
boy.
that ass. Ooh.
What was your first race back?
Raynard's.
Like, what do you mean?
Well, your first race
Be
was on
Raynard's.
Natalie's bike at Bob's 2 years
That
ago.
wasn't really.
I thought that was practice.
No,
you
well,
raced.
we went to the ride day, but then we came back and raced.
Oh,
And Taryn was there on that Honda 250, I think.
shit, I don't remember that.
Taryn was there on a Honda 250.
Yeah.
I don't remember
stock, that. It was one of Crossland's that they let him ride for a while. It was just all stock.
I just remember throwing whips.
But yeah, Voiles got 10th at the first round.
Oh shit,
Boy,
Bubba.
hey, you know what?
Bubba.
We all love Sally Jr. And I don't want to, we won't.
You gotta love Sal.
But honestly, his story is fucking crazy. You want to get?
We do need to get Sal on
You
here.
want to get some?
If you want some dirt.
you want to get some gnarly content on here on like what Sally's gone through and like how motocross has actually saved Junior.
Yeah.
Honestly, it has. I mean,
Dude, we need to get Donor in here too.
Yeah, I love it. So him and his dad, you can count on any race.
Definitely get the jockey.
State
in
race, Winter Series race.
whatever it is. Yeah,
They're there, and they're there all weekend. Like at Twin Hills, I went Friday night, dropped the camper off. They were there already set up. They're always there first.
Oh, jockey.
And they were begging me to stay the night, which I wanted to, but with the kids, I was trying to help Kelsey out, and not leave them 2 nights in a row. But they're always there every race.
Oh,
they're there. They're dedicated.
Dude,
Junior.
everything Anthony just said about being in my house, Sal was there 10 times fold. Sal's been in my house.
I can't wait to listen
Dude,
to
it
that
was-
back with Amphi.
That was some of the greatest times hanging out with Sal at the crib with everybody.
You guys might.
I missed out on a lot of that.
Yeah, you were out of the picture.
I
You
came
were,
in
you
like
were
That was
quad
kind of
god.
before your time.
Came
Yeah,
in-
he was quad
Well,
god.
I was there for a little bit, like in the
Quad
off.
god.
Well,
and
think
being a
about how
piece of
many
shit.
people were there when all them nicknames got handed out. There was like 10 of us.
Yeah, and Blake was the main.
I don't even know if you were
culprit.
there, Mason.
No, Blake, the mayor did not like me very much.
The mayor was
The mayor
a
grew
different
up.
cat back in them days.
When
He
you
grew
wear Abercrombie and you come from Tulsa, from Union, no one really likes you riding dirt bikes.
Hey, bro, I
learned that
I was
real
wearing
quick.
Abercrombie at the same time.
I know, but you were
Same
friends. You were
thing.
friends with all these guys, and they're like, "Who the fuck is this cat?"
No, Sal's an OG.
Blake had a different like a different mindset back then. He really kind of like Cole said, he kind of, I guess, grew up, if we want to call it that. But he was definitely a different guy back in them days.
And Blake was he was the first dude he was my first ever moto friend.
Yeah.
Like he was the first dude I ever met at the track. That was like,
How
You're
many
my friend.
times? That's what, 3 times, 4 times. What is my over under 12?
And what's funny is
Larry?
his dad was the first friend my dad made at the track.
them barns get around, bub.
Yeah. Well,
Colton.
he was I think the second friend I made at the track because I met Cole, and then I've known Blake almost as long
And
as I've known
I didn't
him.
even meet you from the track. I met you from your grandparents had a little course in their yard next to where I lived.
That's not how we met, though.
That's the first time I ever seen you.
Well, the first time you see me.
I used
but
to see some dumb fucks riding Polaris fucking 90s, or whatever the
sir.
fuck they're called.
Yes, sir.
And I'm like, who the hell are these idiots?
No, the first time we ever hung out was me and my
Arena
brother.
Cross.
No, me and my brother came to your house in the summertime. We rode pit bikes.
Yeah, but that had to been because our dads met where?
Oh, I'm sure it was at Extreme World, yeah. But that was the first time you and I hung
Yeah, I
out.
remember that. That was a life-changing moment. I'm like, oh, shit, didn't know I just met my, 15-year-long best friend just rolled up.
Yeah, it was.
And I told Cole 5 times, don't roll any of my jumps. And what'd he do? Rolled my jumps.
And back then, they were even worse than they were at the end in terms of not wanting to roll them.
But when you work with the shovel, you ain't got time for backsides.
Yeah,
You just build faces and landings.
yeah.
So you either clear it or you don't.
That's what's funny.
We're never gonna get through this schedule, but anyway.
No.
I didn't finish telling my Barry story. So Barry, he gets 13th in the first moto at Moto City, right? Second moto, he gets the start on me, but I can see him. And like towards the end of the first lap, I'm like, I am catching Justin Berry. Like, something's wrong.
It's a trance.
Like, I'm either going really fast or he's going really slow for him. And I knew it probably wasn't the first one. So I come up on him and I pass him, made like a half block pass on him in that corner. I think it was that corner right there before that stupid little double by the gate that by the end of the day you can't even really clear it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Pass him there. Don't see him again for 2 laps.
The JB.
I thought I left him. I'm like, all right, Justin's having one of them days, you know. Coming down that sketchy ass back straightaway. Dude, he goes by me at about Mach 4. Like, I'm sitting still. I was laughing my ass off on the track, dude. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's
like,
JB
He
shit.
went by me so fucking fast. And then I went and talked to him after the race, and I'm like, dude, you turned the fucking jets on there at the end. And he's like, fuck yeah, dude.
Speaking of JB, there's Station 232 out in Edmond, Oklahoma. If you guys want to ride anytime.
Blackwell was talking to me about going out there. He was he's like, dude, we need to hit up Justin.
It's a sick setup.
Just all go out there and ride.
He's got an arena cross track there. He's got a nice outdoor track. It's got basically, pretty much a full facility other than room and board. You know, he has everything out there. So if you're in the Edmond area or somewhere around there, hit it up.
Kyler Miller.
That's another guy you guys need to get on here. Seriously. JB.
Oh, Justin. Yeah, I know. We do need to get Justin in here.
I can get you guys JB on here in a heartbeat. You can stay at my house.
Oh, we all know him. I'm sure we could hit him up.
Yeah, as far as, room and board. Yeah, dude.
But yeah, so finishing the roster out here. Kyler Miller.
3 hours later.
Went 7-11 for 12th overall. Ryan Donor.
7-11.
A 10th and a 12th for 13th overall. And then Shell went 14-14.
Shell.
You talk about somebody that made some progress throughout the year was Donor, for sure.
Talk about Hard Dog, Bubby. I don't think he went to that one.
No, he was there. I actually skipped over him by accident.
He went fucking deep.
Hard Dog, 3rd and 13th at the first round for 8th overall. And I actually talked to him about this at Raynard's. I was
3rd and 13th?
Dude, you came a long way this year. Like, we started the year kind of close to each other, and then he would leave my ass the last couple rounds.
I thought he killed me at
at Ponca
at Elk Ridge or Elk City.
Yeah, he was hauling ass there.
I thought he was going to kill me.
Oh, yeah, he jumped that.
Barely didn't kill me.
Double the table or whatever. Cole didn't hit it that first lap.
R.I.P.
Yeah, and he jumped it and barely missed, landed on him.
Okay, so round 2, OMC. I guess we'll recap my C-Class race at Moto City. I went 1-2 there. Me and Dunn battled both motos, but then Dunn got the best of me the second moto.
Son of a bitch.
You're not going to stay in C-Class for 10 years, are you?
He's done.
I'm done.
He can't go back.
Well,
that's right.
I won the championship.
I've been meaning to ask you, what's your second class now? No second class? Or?
I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I've thought about maybe doing open outlaw, but
pro
class. Go straight from C to A. Fuck it.
Make that money.
No, I don't know what I'm going to do. I thought about doing open outlaw, but I don't know if I want to race Saturdays or not. Kind of like chilling on Saturdays.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
Yeah, so I went 1-2 for second overall at Moto City in C class. So then OMC, Taryn shows up, gets a 1-1 and plus 25. Spavinaw Crick went 2-2.
Shit.
Were you close to Taryn at all at that race?
Probably not.
I remember first race I hold it, and then he came there wasn't really a rut on the outside, but he found one that I didn't see.
He made it
and passed me, I think, and then got me.
Yeah.
Second moto, I remember blowing the berm and catching back up to second. And then he was a little long gone.
Yeah.
So no real threat there for Taryn.
I didn't do the best at that. Well, I only ran the first moto because I crashed out before the second moto, but I didn't do the best that first moto. I beat the
well, do you remember what happened in the novice moto when you went scrubbed at him?
Oh yeah, I remember. We're getting there. But Brunk went 4-3. Looks like he was.
Yeah, Brunk was a little off his game.
His game that weekend. Zach Duran went 3-4.
We're just waiting to blow that knee out.
Hardzog went 5-5. Brad Rogers 6-6. Mike Dunn 8-7. Josh Foyle 7-10. And then
Sally.
Who went third?
Brunk.
Who went fourth?
He just told you all that.
Oh, D-Ran?
Yeah.
Dude, D-Ran's weird. He's like fast at certain tracks and not fast at other tracks. I mean, it's pretty obvious he'd be fast at Ponca.
Ponca, yeah.
But
Right.
Faster
there all the
than
time.
shit at Ponca.
Well, yeah, and that's what, at the time I was riding at OMC like all the time. Felt pretty good there, but I didn't have the best run.
yeah, but you rode like shit in plus 25, but rode like a G in novice.
Until I crashed.
Well, yeah, but you were in G mode.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get in G mode.
Yeah. But and let's see. Laramie went 13-9. No, excuse me. Skip Kyle. Kyle went 11-8. Kyle Frost, that is, for those listening, for 9th overall. Me and Kyle actually had a pretty good battle in the first moto, but then he said I roosted him and like a rock hit him in the face or something.
Yeah, I say that shit all the time when I'm not in first.
Well, no, I was. It was weird because we were kind of running together on the track, and then he pulled off, and I was like, "What the fuck, Kyle?"
Yeah, dude. Excuses literally they flow so easy when you're not in first. Like I can come up with the best of them.
Let's see.
Got you, Frosh.
No, I'm fucking with you, bro. I love you.
Did you really tear your ACL, pussy?
Laramie went 10th.
That's what he
Kyler
said
Miller
to me for months.
Kyler Miller went 11th. Anthony Ross 12th. Aldridge was there. He went 13th. Austin Aldridge. Donor 14. Justin Berry 15. Berry went 17-15. What the fuck, Justin?
No, he was just chilling.
I remember watching him. He was like out for a stroll.
Dude, he'll fucking hit that old triple or table or whatever and just yank one and then just cruise.
JB.
I know how JB
one of
works.
the baddest dudes out there.
He'll yank one.
Cody Radar 18th, 16th, and then Austin Dixon 9th, and then DNS.
DN Scrub. Went Scrub Daddy on that last one.
Dude, I've gone through that crash so many times in my head trying to figure out what happened. At first, we all kind of thought maybe I clipped foot peg, right? But I don't think that's what happened. I think what happened is, how
You went full Superman seat grab?
Well, yeah, but but you know how when you scrub, like your feet are really loose on the bike,
Yeah, you gotta cock them to the side.
right? I think what happened is I was doing that. My feet were real loose on the pegs. I hit that kicker, and then my feet just went
It went underneath.
yeet
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, once the bike starts leaving you on the floor, like going too far in front of you,
Yeah.
your legs are just gonna go up.
Yeah. And then, like we've said a million times, thank somebody that I held on to that fucking bike.
No, I felt like it was for what it was, it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
Could have been bad.
Could have been real bad. I could have went. Whoa.
You could have just ejectocito cuz and
There was I can't remember what episode it was, but there was one we did where you were like, you could have let go, went Superman, and then slap. That's how you
you
describe it.
could have easily went slap.
Shit. I was the Blackwell brothers are always giving me shit for running the novice class this year. They're like, "You're not a novice rider." I'm like, "All right. First of all, I appreciate that. I'll take that as a compliment. But two, I definitely got faster as the year went on, and in my opinion, started the year very much, upper tier novice rider locally."
You probably couldn't top 20. I don't even know if you can make it novice at Loretta's next year or this year. So
It'd be tough.
what does that make you?
Yeah, it'd be tough.
I know they say sandbag, whatever, but
It's really.
I
the
think
thing.
I think
though.
you did your part. I think you did novice last year. Did all right this year. You did novice. You won apparently.
Yeah.
And you're done. You're done with novice. So I think you did your part and you moved on.
Yeah.
I don't see no problem with it because, like I said, you probably today could not make it in novice Loretta's.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Right. Well, that's
So
why I tell
I think
people.
you're fine riding novice.
Anybody who's offered a criticism of it, I'm like, dude, if you want to go to Loretta's in this class, like, you need to be better than me.
And if anybody wants to, if they're trying to bash you, whatever, it's like, I mean, look up novice. Look, like the only time you raced on big bikes was with me.
You're right. Yeah. I did 2 years 85 beginner, and then I did 2 or 3 years 80 senior.
I mean, it was kind of
No, I did.
like you were doing some races that you did not need to be in. You raced Adam Cincerello once. What the fuck you doing in there with him?
Yeah, that was the 85 junior class, like one of my first years racing.
Yeah, no business.
Yeah.
And that was a B track too, like just
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. But the
Caveman wanted to throw him to the wolves. Probably what that was.
no, he really probably didn't. I mean, back in them days, it was all the attention was on my brother.
Swope.
But I raced 80s for 4 or 5 years, and then I raced the 125 for a year, and then I raced the 250 with you for like 2 years, and then I went to college.
I really I got excited.
So what is? I guess that's what, like 7 years.
Once you got on the 250, that's when I got excited because you were like, or I seen you. I'm like, that's where he's at. I mean, hey, XR50 Extreme. That's a 4-stroke. He didn't like them 2 strokes. Got back on that 4-stroke. Yes, sir.
It was a game changer for me.
Yeah, once you got on that 250 or that, what was that? 2010.
2010. Yeah.
2010 250F.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you started to look like a dirt biker.
Yeah, I agree.
I liked it. And then you rode that for what, 2 years maybe, and then college, bam, done.
Yeah, I raced it for 2 years and then went to college because I got it when I was 16.
Thank God you went to college, yo, or you'd be just like me.
Hey, there's some days when I'm balls deep in shit with my job where I wish I was like you.
Nah, you're good. Believe me.
But I think that comes with any job. All right, anyway, off that fucking tangent. So, moving on. Going to Bob's now. Still haven't seen Mason's name pop up. Where the fuck were you at, buddy?
Ask Tommy. Where was I at? We have our special guest here.
Oh, Tommy's in the program. I didn't even notice her sitting there.
I don't remember.
We got a forced guest in here.
Hey, look how weak the plus 25 class was at Bob's compared to the first 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds had like 15, 16 people. Then we got,
Well, part of that was,
we got 7 at
remember,
Bob's 'cause of
Bob's
the
got rained
reschedule.
out, and they
Yeah.
rescheduled, and it was a poor turnout
That's true.
for the reschedule.
Yeah. Supernova, I went to. Oh yeah, Brunk got hurt in 2-stroke class.
Yeah, he hurt his knee, I think.
Yeah, he Supernova went 2-1 at that race in plus 25. Laramie went 4-2 for second overall.
Yeah, that's when Laramie and Kyler started coming in for your throat.
Yeah, I know. That was the only race they really straight up had me though. I think.
I remember Laramie rode really good there.
Yeah, he did. Kyler rode well too. Kyler went 5-3 for third. Josh went 3-5. Josh had a bad day in plus 25. And then I went 6-4.
That first moto Brunk won. I remember he ran Supernova off the track twice.
Yeah, I was kind of reading through these slowly because I figured Deep would say something about their battle.
So Deep, you remember we're talking about Bob's Janibur State race?
Yeah.
The first moto. Remember when Brunk ran you off the track?
Yep.
The first time it was kind of intentional. It wasn't really dirty, but he was just blocking you. And then the second time he about crashed and
Yeah, he got sketchy as shit, and I think he banked off of me to save the corner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember he didn't mean to. He came and apologized for that, but it was you were just in the wrong spot.
Well, I tried to go outside, and he just got sketchy on the inside and found a line on my KTM front tire, whatever you want to call it.
Hey, I just thought about something. So Mason said back in the day, Austin used to smoke my ass on 80s. But around that same time period, my best friend, which is probably better this way, but he told me one time, he's like, I watched you race and I wonder how someone can go so slow.
I wonder who that was.
And then I'd go to Mason's house and we'd be looking at footage that his mom shot, and I'd go by and he's like, bro, did you see how fast you just went through there?
Fucking shredding.
I'd go to DeHeap's house to be knocked down a few levels, and then I'd go to Mason's house to be brought back up a few
Mason will
levels.
never talk down on you like that.
Never.
No, for the most part, yeah, I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, you fucking killed it. Yeah. Me, I'm like, God, I suck so bad. I dabbed my foot. Got third. Got beat by a guy with 9 fingers. How do you even tell your girlfriend that? You go back to how do you even tell?
She watched it, so
Yeah. Tommy watched it. Yeah, she's like, yeah, he can't even reach his clutch with his left. Yeah, and you got beat by him. That's how I feel in my head.
Hey, I want to go off on another tangent here real quick. So
Please.
you're You're another person that like got exponentially faster over the course of a year or two. What happened there? We went from like riding your uncle's 250 two-stroke, going pretty slow.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
Really slow.
All of a sudden, you're like fucking riding the damn
top
bike.
10 in nationals. Yeah. Just honestly being a psycho. I mean, I sound as weird as that sounds. Like all I did was like David Villeman, like eat, sleep, shit, drink, everything moto. Like I didn't want to lose to anyone. Like even though like in
Just
my
chilling out on some dirt bikes, watch the dirt bike channel.
No, just like
I
in
eat,
my
dirt bikes.
Yeah, yeah.
And I sleep on dirt bikes.
Yeah, in my head, like, I wanted to be faster than Cole Supernall, you know, like, or Zeb Smith, or Taryn Odell, or Matt Bisceglia, you know, like, in my head, I'm, like, watching these guys, I'm like, I can do that. I just didn't have, I had limited time to do it, so any time that I ever had, like, me and Austin show, we would, every Friday, he would come over and we would ride Saturday, Sunday, no matter what. Even if it would rain, we would go down to the dam and ride. So it was just seat time, and like obviously as competitive as I am, you know that. So
then TMX Tuesdays. Remember back then it was like
oh yeah,
it was like a race.
Yeah, like TMX Tuesdays. Like I can remember growing up, and like TMX Tuesdays were straight up. You would go, you'd have Corey Green, Supernaw,
Brian
Joneses. You'd have 9 guys that are fucking shredding.
Bazone was one of
them.
I thought you were going to mention my name, but then you followed it up with fucking shredding. So.
But I mean, you had these, like, you know, when I was a younger you know, that's what I grew up watching was these dudes just shred.
And that's the difference between me and you is like I would say I grew up in that environment even more so and just never had that switch flip.
I hated getting beat by Cole Supernall, even though he wasn't even in my league. I mean, he was so far out of my perspective, but that's kind of how I, like when I was racing on the track, I'd be like, okay, Cole's going 3 seconds faster than me, so like how can I make that up? Or like shit, just psycho shit like that. That's how I got faster.
That's not even psycho shit. That's just racer mentality.
Yeah, I mean that's how I did it, and that's still to this day. Like when I went to Ponca, you know, they crashed, and I'm like, how can I beat Duran? You know, there was no like, how do I savor second? Like that to me is fucking bonkers. Like more people to be like, how can I get second? Like nah, like how can I beat the guy in front of me? I mean. I think it's just like golf. Like golf is the same way too. Like as weird as that shit sounds, like golf is the same way. Like you see a guy hit a shot to 3 feet, like how can I hit it to a foot? Mm-hmm. You know, like he hits that corner fast. Like how can I hit it a little bit faster, or how can I make it up? But I mean, that's how I got faster, and just dedicating time. I put my spin bike in my garage. And I'd spin bike for 45 minutes in my 110 garage and just suffer. Mm-hmm. I loved it. Like I loved when I lined up next to guys that have been training at Rayners and shit and fucking waxed their ass. Like I thought that was the fucking best shit in the world. Like lining up to fucking these guys that are just their daddies like are spending $30,000 a year on training just alone. And like, I got a job and I'm going to college and I wax your ass. Like, I should be the marker of like, if you want to try and make it and I beat you, just quit. that was my shit. Like, I love that. Like, I loved beating guys that were in the training facilities and doing all that. Like, I thought that was the coolest shit ever. I don't know. Maybe that was my motivation. Trying to beat Cole one day, straight up. There's multiple motivations in this little dome of mine. I beat him at golf. That's about it.
Hey, I've beat him at running before, and he ain't ever gonna live that down.
No,
that was once.
It was once.
I mean, but
we haven't raced each other since then, though.
But you got so much quicker as well. So I would assume it's pretty much the same process as far as like you actually got time on the bike. the same thing that I did. Like, I actually got time on the bike that I could spend, like, not dicking around and be like, oh, I haven't rode in 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, as far as, you know, like, oh, I get to ride like every once a week or whatever it is. And you use that sparingly.
Yeah, well, when we got back into racing a few years ago, I just had like a fire under my ass.
Yeah.
I was really excited, you know, and I wanted to go fast. And
Yeah.
I knew I didn't want to like go to the races and just be like another slow motherfucker. I at least wanted a little bit of respect on my name when I went to the track. You know.
Put some respect.
And Natalie had never seen you race before, so you had to.
Yeah. I had to go to the track and show my wife I knew what the fuck I was doing.
You couldn't show up and be a squid.
Yeah. Natalie wouldn't have given me any pats on the back for that at all. She's competitive as all get out.
Well, the first race I took to Tommy to, I knocked myself out.
Bubs Creek was your first race?
Oh, I lie. It was
That was the other one.
that was the other girlfriend. No, Stillwater was her first race, but it was her. Yeah, it was pretty gnarly.
So that YouTube video we have of Bubs Creek, like you're sitting there talking about if you've been to Honda. You're sitting there talking, and the look on Tommy's face is like pure concern.
Yeah.
Like,
she's mama bear.
We're sitting there bench racing, going back through everything. You know, we're like, oh fuck, dude, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
And Tommy's just sitting there like, fuck.
Yeah. Pretty much telling me over there. She's got me at all times. She's just ready to rock.
Okay. So I actually don't remember how I did in novice at Bob's. Let me see here. I got second. Wait, no. Hold on. Got third. Oh, see, this is the thing about the novice class, right? Like, I have one overall win on the season. I never got less than my worst finish was a 4th at Raynard's, but I was doing championship maintenance at that time. But every race, like, someone would show up from out of state fucking getting after it and just wax everybody. Yeah. Right. And then it's like me and McKeon are duking it out for the next spot. That was almost every race. I got third at that one. Mac went 2-2, and Robbie Lasky from Lone Jack, Missouri got first. What's the next one? Next one's Ascot, right? Oh shit, boy, went 1-1 in novice at Ascot.
I already tell you who dominated there.
Yeah, right. Taryn. I actually had a cool race.
Snapple over here eating hot Cheetos.
My novice class race there was cool because, well, it was kind of.
You rode good there, I remember.
Yeah, I rode well there. It was kind of fucked up though because they started us both motos with Schoolboy, and Aiden Collins was like the dude in Schoolboy that day, right? And Tegan Fox, I think this was the first race that he showed up to. He ran, I think, most of the rest of them, but his number was 7X. He was on a black KTM. He had the American flag gear and stuff on.
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, I didn't know what class he was in. And I knew I was ahead of Mac. And coming around, I think it was right before the white flag came out, last corner. I passed him, but I didn't know if he was schoolboy or novice. Well, it turns out he was novice, and I passed him for first. But it just like, I hate when they double gate you and they don't drop them independently. Like,
yeah, that's fucked up.
Even if it's just like a 15-second difference, like just so I know.
Oh, so they double gated you and dropped at the same time?
Dropped at the same time.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
It fucked Aiden because like, which when I saw him behind me, like I let him go. Because I knew he was in schoolboy and I was going to be fucking up his race if I sat there and tried to race him. So he came up behind me because I got the whole shot, both motos. And he came up behind me, and then I heard a 2-stroke, and I kind of looked back and saw it was 92, and so I moved over so he could get around me. But, yeah, it's bad for everybody, you know. Like, he's trying to win the schoolboy race. I'm trying to win the novice race. We don't know who's in what class.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I don't like when they do that.
No, I don't like that either.
If you double gate somebody, you have to double gate like if you're B, I don't know. It's kind of a slippery situation as far as like double gating people. It's like if you double gate, like say we're double gated with the pros, we don't want to do however many laps they do.
Oh, it doesn't matter if they double gate or not. We're doing the lap.
I know, but I'm just, like I remember being at Swan looking at that plaque, and we were 250B, and they double gated us with the beginners. And we yeah, they double gated us with the beginners, and we lapped into them.
Somebody fucked up that day.
2 lap, and I'm trying to I got one Swan first place, and I'm trying to navigate through these goons. Not goons, just.
Oh, I'm sure a lot of them were goons.
I know, but just new dirt bike riders or whatever it is, just trying to have a good time.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think if you double gate people, you kind of have to strategize it. But then again, if you
There's
look at
no excuse for double gating a Texas B class with beginners.
That's exactly what we did, and I remember coming off. Thank God I won, or I would have deaconed my bike straight into the scoring tower. But no, I think it's just a little bit more strategic as far as looking at the gate and looking at where people are going to go, and not just double gating random shit. That doesn't make sense as far as. It just doesn't make sense,
Yeah, and when you double gate, you let the faster class go
first, right?
Yeah. We can deal with lap traffic in third, fourth lap because you're gonna be, or say we got 5 laps, you get into lap traffic third lap,
much
we can deal with it as far as
state race.
No.
Yeah, but I mean, even if you get into it, you're 15 seconds or 8 seconds away from whatever place it is. You can navigate that as far as getting into super slow shit.
I've dealt with lap traffic one time my entire life, and it was at a hot summer night series at Norman. And they have a weird format. They have a heat race that's 2 laps, and then that gives you your gate pick for the main event.
In one race,
the main event's 7 or 8 laps.
Yeah,
and me and Aldridge battled hard at that race, and then he actually beat me right at the end because we came into lappers and he had a better line, and then he was ahead of me for the rest of the race. But
yes, sir.
I love you, Aldridge, but you haven't had anything for me since. That's my boy, no disrespect. Let's see, T Dell went 1-1 at Ascot. The High Pie went 2-2. Hardzog, 4-3 for third overall. Dixon, 5-4. Brad Rogers, 3-7.
He went 3?
Brad?
First moto?
Yeah, he got third first moto. But then I remember him having issues second moto. He got 7th. I got a handful of overalls on Brad Rogers this year, but not that many motos in front of him. Laramie went 6th with 8.5. Josh Voiles went 7.6. Wasn't Josh riding hurt at Ascot?
Yeah, he was. He crashed
Saturday,
I think.
Was it in practice?
Yep.
Yeah.
They were going to pack up and leave, and then all of a sudden he decided to race.
Yeah. Kyler Miller went 6.8 for 8th, and then Donor 9.9 for a 9th.
And then his 10th. Donor in his tent.
And then
Donor down by the river.
David Reese, don't know that guy from Arkansas, bringing up the back. Went 10-10 for 10th. Next round was at Elk City. This one was...
this is the Mason Moss show.
Yeah, Mason Moss show.
Say my name.
Yeah, Mason Moss 1-1 at Elk City. Colt Supernaut 2-2. First lap, busting triples, no big deal.
Yeah, I wasn't going to hit that triple.
He wasn't. Me and Mason spent the whole day Saturday talking about how we weren't going to hit the triple.
I said, I ain't hitting it.
And then Spavinov shows up.
I ain't hitting it.
Never doubled it.
You got to triple it.
No, it's bullshit. Here's what happens. As far as everyone knows that's listening, you get your boy. I don't care if it's a 25-foot double, 150-foot double, anything. You see your boy hit it, first lap, you're like, I got to hit it. And that's what happened.
I was scared of that jump that weekend.
I hit it.
I wasn't about it.
Asshole puckered. Asshole was puckered up.
Hardzog. This is where Hardzog kind of came alive, in my opinion, was at Elk City. Like, he rode good at Ascot, but he wasn't going like wildly faster than me at Ascot. And then we go to Elk City.
Yeah, that's where he about killed me.
And that motherfucker turned the jets on.
Yeah, first lap, second moto. I thought we should have died.
Yeah.
Luckily, we didn't, and
that-
everything turned out fine.
Everything ended up fine.
Everything ended up fine.
That was on that big gap jump right there at the front, right?
Yeah, because I got the Holy. I think I got the Holy, but Moss dove inside, blocked my line, so I doubled that little step down triple thing. Mm-hmm. I just doubled that. I guess fucking Hardzog came triple, and then he went quad or whatever over the next thing, and I just went double, same as Moss. Look over, and he's just right there on my shoulder. Luckily, he didn't clip.
I'm pretty sure I have
we
footage
survived.
of that.
But the thing is, though, is like, I know you probably remember the track. After you hit that, you went like roller, turn, roller, table.
Yeah.
He was fucking in shred mode.
Through that section?
Yeah, because like I was like still stunned the fact that I didn't die.
Yeah.
So I was riding. I went scrub daddy. He went scrub daddy over that table. He almost passed Moss. Like he was just in full shred mode. But then after that, I passed him and I didn't see him again. But he was still in shred mode for about that quarter of the track.
Yeah. So you might remember this. Hardzog is the one way back in the day at Cooperland, KTM 60s, that got the hole in his side, right?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
That was a
No
Hickory
idea.
Ridge, right?
No, it was at Cooperland.
No, I haven't. I back in them days, I may know who a Hardzog was, but the only Hardzog I know is the dude that almost killed me.
Oh, okay.
And
Well, I know who he is.
the
'cause
newfound buddy.
I know who he is because he used to race my brother.
Yeah, I ain't saying that ain't him, but
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he's the one that did that at Cooperland. He got like a big hole cut in his side from a foot peg
Reaper.
or something.
I mean, if we all four sit here and talk about stories of getting fucked up on dirt bikes, we all got one. So I believe you.
Cooperland,
Believe
that's
me.
where Mason's arm got messed up.
Yeah, I was there for that
125.
one.
That's where Austin got his arm cut off. That's where Mason got his arm
My
almost cut
arm?
off.
My arm cut
That's
off?
where I almost got my dick cut off. Chase got kicked the fuck out because he was on a goddamn quad. Like we all got stories.
Lumber broke his wrist.
Lumber fucking got a blown out wrist from there. Like you know how it goes.
I'm the only one I think that didn't get hurt there.
My most traumatic experience of my entire
No, I
life
I
happened
only
at that
blew a
track,
finger
and I
out
would
there.
pay so much money to go back tomorrow.
Yeah, you got absolutely shredded. I mean,
Your leg has zero time for Cooperland.
I honestly forget about how gnarly it is, and it's funny. Like you hear Tiger Woods, and like he's like, "I got in a car crash, you know, and I got to get a plate." And I'm like,
fucking sandied out and got barred out.
"Yeah, you're fucking high." Like you, what I always tell people is like, "Oh, I got getting back surgery," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay, like that's gnarly." You know, I'm not taking any away from that, and I pull up Christian Craig's back.
In half.
And he's 14 or 15. And I'm
Right.
like, what are you talking about? This guy's riding pro. Like, I don't get it as far as like people. But
Some of it is a mentality. I think.
Your leg is, you almost got your leg chopped off. So I mean, that's another story. But as far as like people just breaking their leg, like Tiger just broke his leg, literally just broke his tib fib. Like dirt bike riders are like, oh, like they're
maybe
12
6
weeks.
weeks.
Yeah,
Be back
6
on the
weeks
bike.
cast, 13 weeks I'm in. Like golfers are pussies and they're da 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 da. But you show fucking
You're not wrong.
no, and
Well,
that's my thing is like, oh, you can't swing a golf club,
Yeah.
but Christian Craig can ride a 240-pound motorcycle. around.
you seen my swing speeds?
Like you're talking about your back, like
I broke my back.
spinal.
My back is broken.
You know, like I don't really give a shit as far as all that. Like I think it's
Spinal.
fucking bullshit, but.
No, they're a little soft when it comes to that.
Yeah,
but
they're soft, and I'm like, you just like golf. It frustrates me.
you just gotta understand how they grew up. They didn't grow up at the course or at the dirt bike track. They grew up on the course.
They grew
The
up
worst thing
like-
you're gonna do is stub a toe.
hit your
might-
ankle with a wedge.
That
You're gonna
thing
be
in
all right.
particular, is 100%, in my opinion, the environment you grew up in. Like your mentality towards injuries and how big of a deal it is.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Like Natalie, you know, she's a gymnast, did all snowboard and all that shit growing up. Like injuries, just like us, it is what it is. She don't give a fuck.
I will actually assist on that because I seen as I'm on my ass and face down, ass up, I look down through my fucking doggy style wherever I'm at, and I see Nat going Mach 5 right by me. That's what I see. Dixon, now. I'm like, man, this is great. I love snowboarding.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Where are the closest shops,
This is
Bubba?
the greatest shit. I drove 16 hours to get. I mean, that's what it was like. It was like Hogwarts, you know? Like, you're like, it was like Hogwarts. You know, you're sitting there and you don't have the fucking spell to go do good or whatever. That's what I'm seeing. I'm like, how the fuck am I supposed to get down this big ass hill? and then it gets better because Cole, we got fucking Austin and Nat going Mach 5, and then we got Cole. He don't give a shit, dude.
Dude, have you heard the story when he wadded up on the mountain?
Gotta learn somehow, bub.
So they had a border cross track.
Oh,
It didn't have any jumps.
on
It was
that.
just straight up berms. Sometimes they have jumps on them and they're a lot of fun, but this one was just berms. And one of these berms had like a 30-foot drop off on the other side of it, but they had like that orange mesh shit to catch you if you
Construction
went
fence.
off. Yeah. And so I'm like leading the pack, right? And I'm kind of going slow, like expecting them to do the same thing, but I kind of pulled away from them a little bit. I get like 3/4 of the way down. I look back. Supernaut just balls off this fucking berm into that construction fencing.
Like, you don't understand. This is like, imagine like a downhill dirt bike course. Like, you just start on the top of a hill and you go down and start hitting jumps and corners. And
Don't imagine.
I am just like starting to learn my feet on a snowboard. Like, I can just now turn backside and front side. We get going down this hill. I'm fucking yanking one way, yanking the other way. We hit a big berm. I'm like, no, sir. And I start carving it, but I'm like, nope. And I just launch off this bad boy. I'm telling you, dude. Snowboard, like Austin set us up to fucking fail.
Failure.
I mean, it was fun as shit. And
I got too excited.
I could literally carve just about any hill, but you start getting me on terrain and obstacles.
No, here's how we started.
I fucked up because we were there.
Kiddie slopes.
We had 3 days to ride.
5.5 minutes.
And it was like 3 hours, but we spend like.
That is false. There's no 3
I went down that hill.
No, it was no less than 2 hours.
I went down that hill 4 times max.
Times, maybe.
It was no less than 2 hours.
First time I went front side, I landed on my face. Second time I learned how to go front side. We're like, we're ready for the slopes.
We spent 2 to 3 hours on
Full of shit.
on the beginner
Dixon,
slopes.
You're so full of shit.
Hey, tell them what happened to your first time going snowboarding.
Oh, I broke my collarbone.
Exactly.
Hey,
We came out lucky.
You're on a 3 to 2.5 hour program. There's no fucking way.
It was at least 2 hours.
All right,
bro.
Slope time.
But it doesn't matter.
Actual slope time.
Oh, actual time on the board probably
15
like
minutes.
45 minutes. Because you have to mix in going up the lift, right?
Yeah,
But-
you gotta mix in me fucking crashing every 3 seconds.
But we do like 2 to 3 hours on this bunny slope, which it wasn't a true bunny slope. It was like above that, but the beginner slope.
that was our starter slope.
Banfield
Yeah.
slope.
But we do that, and they're getting down this thing pretty damn good after like 2 hours of going up and down.
Debatable.
I just learned front side.
And I'm like, well, fuck yeah, let's hit some blues. And blues are like the next step up from that, right?
They get gnarly
Blues are
so,
from here to
so
fucking
quick.
Antarctica. I mean, it's fucking
Well,
gnarly.
where we fucked up is we went we went up the Silver Queen chair, which goes like really high up there. And there's only you have the green trail that gets you to some of the more like easy to handle stuff to start out. But the green trail, it's green because it's supposed to be like beginner friendly. It's sketchy as fuck because it's like 10 feet wide and there's 800 people on it. That's how I broke my collarbone, was on a green trail.
I know where I fucked up on that whole trip. Like I ate
You
shit.
also broke your leg on a pit bike track, so it sounded a little consistent.
I didn't break my leg.
I ate shit. I ate shit a lot during that whole.
I was 11 years old and someone else hit me. I don't want to hear about it.
I ate shit a lot during that whole adventure, but I know where I fucked up.
I didn't
like
get in your feelers.
I made it through.
You did.
I made it through almost every hill. Like I remember we went down one hill that was so goddamn steep, and I was going so goddamn fast. I was just praying to make it to the bottom, and I did. As long as I was turned, as long as I was carving, I was fine. If I had to go straight, I'm fucking dead.
You can't blame me entirely.
But I remember.
Because you fools started bombing shit pretty quick.
What I remember I watched fucking Swanus, a.k.a. Han Swolo. He kind of veered off the main course and found this double. He hit it, and I'm like, that looks sick. And, like, next thing you know, approaches me with a little hill, and I'm like, I'm going to fucking bust big. I tried to bust big, and I busted about 2 foot off the ground and straight to my shoulder. That pretty much ended my trip right then and there.
Speaking of ending the trip,
Dude,
that
I
was
had
the
so
first
much
ever
fucking
podcast
fun that day. I wish we would have gone.
That was the first ever
4 days.
podcast. Me and Dixon, everything.
We did do a lame ass podcast in Colorado.
I have the first.
You still have it?
Yes, I got it. Yep, I got it. It was 27 minutes.
The problem with that was it was super forced, right? Like we were like trying to.
I think I should
force a conversation.
I think I should have skied. Honestly, as far as
No, don't ever get
Nathan,
on skis.
Let's be honest.
Don't
your
ever
problem,
get on skis.
Your problem that week was you showed up thinking you were going to be Sean White day
Dude,
one.
I was
and
gonna
you were
do
pissed
dope,
off
man.
because you weren't.
I am Sean.
You were pissed
No,
off
I'd
because you
rather-
weren't a G the first day.
Honestly, I'd rather go on skis on something like that to where if like I don't have fucking 2 weeks to fucking train for whatever shit.
Hey, Bobby,
that I gotta go.
we had 15 minutes.
Hey, I really did fuck up because you need one full day to get the board under your feet. You really need one full day.
I would have rather just got skis and just hung out. To be honest with you, no,
I don't even know if I could ride skis. That's my problem. I'd rather be on the
You know
board
what?
and eat
We're on-
shit.
Skis are sketchier for your knees. Though.
We're day 2 on the fucking BMX.
We were day 15
You
minutes.
didn't even do day 2.
We were day
Sir.
15 minutes.
okay.
You quit after day 1.
Hey, so day 1, we're trying to grind ramps and shit.
Hey,
No.
after day 1, Cole has a fucking separated shoulder. I'm blown out. Mason's over it, and then we're just hitting the fucking local hill shops up, Bubba.
My brother crashed on day
I was
3.
on that pin,
And my
Bubba.
brother crashed on literally there was like 10 minutes. Like 10 yards left in my brother getting back to the fucking clubhouse to end the trip. And he falls over on literally like the 4-year-old
Yeah,
slope.
you motherfuckers were hitting blacks by the end of that day.
Double blacks.
Imagine if I was up there hitting double blacks. I'd be double in the fucking grave.
We wouldn't have gone there with you guys.
I'd be 12 feet deep.
Me and Natalie, that's our thing. We like to go and do that together.
Yeah, I mean, I would hit it too if I could ride.
We're just wounded.
I would do it.
Honestly, we're like prisoners of war. We're like POWs here. We're
Well,
just
like,
like
our
POWs of Crested Butte.
Here's-
We're sitting here.
So I'm gonna take
we
it-
have PTSD.
Dude,
Full-
it's so fun. I want to
Listen,
go again.
yeah,
I wish you guys would go again.
so-
Listen, I'll go again.
fun.
Here's the main problem. You and Nat went in
House was
there.
Sick.
You and Nat went in. Well, Nat's veteran. You're probably semi-veteran. Like, you know what you're doing on the board.
Mm-hmm.
We went in. I don't even know what you call us.
Straight beginners.
Blind? We're not even a beginner because we hadn't even had a chance to be a beginner.
Yeah.
We're like below whatever a beginner
Hey.
is.
I've already said I got too excited. I fucked up.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like,
Hey, we're recounting our fucking.
hey, my biggest regret is like that tattoo shop said they were too busy to tat us.
Yes.
Because we were about to all get blasted.
Bro,
ripped
that
up.
was on my bachelor party. Completely different trip.
Oh, shit. I thought we tried to get blasted that day, too.
I think we did go into a tattoo.
Was there? Did you try to do one at Crested Beach?
Yes, we did go.
I'm
into
pretty fucking sure.
Yeah, no, we went
because we tried to do it on my bachelor party too. And
No,
that
we
didn't
went
pan
to
out.
Yeah, I remember that.
and then
Yeah, I think
some
Tanner fucked that up
stoner
for
was
us.
Getting fucking tattooed. Like,
So the note I'm taking from this is don't go with Austin on my first
Don't
snowboard
go with
trip.
No,
Austin.
if I took true blue
Get
beginners
skis.
again, I would do it differently.
No, I have snowboarded before, but I was like
Hey,
10.
you know
Oh, so
what?
he's pro.
Hey, you know what? What I will say about that whole trip though was it was fucking sweet. As far as like all of us, we left at 10 p.m. in the night.
Dude, I had so much fun
Remember
on
when
that drive.
I got pulled over?
I was snoozing for
I got
that.
pulled
I
over.
think Cole just rolled one.
for no reason. Like I got pulled over and I'm going the speed limit. I don't speed.
You killed it.
I'm going the speed limit and I got pulled over and they're like,
Officer.
"Do you have?" I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, cat daddy. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. I rolled all the windows down. I'm like, dude, we're going on a ski trip. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with any of that. Like,
Hey, we're on vacay,
I
bub.
don't even do nothing. And I lit one up right as I got up to that. But no, we left at like 10. It was sick. I mean, even when we left, like it was fun as shit. Like,
Hey, if it wasn't for that trip, we would not be sitting here right now.
I got you, and I'm like, we listened to a
We listened to fucking Joey
Neil,
Diaz.
yeah, we listened
and
to
Neil
Neil
deGrasse Tyson.
deGrasse, yeah,
No, the main one was
it was
no,
Neil
you may be
deGrasse
right.
Tyson and Joey Diaz because we were.
I thought it
listening-
was I can't think of his name.
No, when we left, we listened to Neil deGrasse Tyson. 'cause, like,
Fucking Dan Bilzerian.
Dan Biz- yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we listened to.
Dan
That
B.
was the one we were all like
Dan
tuned
B.
in.
Yeah.
Dude, that one was badass.
Yeah.
I mean, we went 16 hours with Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
You know,
Joe Rogan podcast. Check it out.
hey, Joe Rogan podcast. What did he say? Joe Rogan
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast
Train
by night.
Train by
All
day.
day, all
Joe
night.
Rogan podcast by night. All day. It's fucking Nick Diaz.
I think you could say we're fans.
Yeah. Nick Diaz. 209 Stockton, motherfucker.
All right, let's run through the rest
All
of
right,
this
let's
here.
run through the rest of this
I
shit.
had a horrible showing in plus 25 at Elk City. Went 8-7. That is last and next to last for your boy. For 7th overall. Voiles went 6-6. Brad Rogers 5-5. Pretty consistent for everybody else. Mason Banfield a 4-4
Where? Elk City.
for 4th at Elk City. Yeah.
Hard Dog 3-3, me 2-2,
Yep.
Miss Moss
I need some
1-1.
more horse.
And then me and Mac had probably the gnarliest battle of my life. Second moto in 450s. Like we went
At
back
Elk
and forth
City?
so many times.
Who came in on top?
Mac did.
Oh, I thought you won that one.
Mac got me in
Mac,
the last
you
lap of
blew.
the second moto.
The corner after the
Sheesh.
finish line.
Yeah.
His uncle is my coworker.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a cool dude. But yeah, he got me on that right after that. Hitting it again? Running through him. Right after that, you know, they hit the big right sweeper, and then there's that roller coming into the corner.
Oh, yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, it was really cool because, like, you know, there's times where you get passed on the track and you feel like, you know, you just like you fucked up or someone got the best of you or whatever. But that was like he just straight up outraced me coming into that corner.
He got you.
Yeah, like he held it on just a little bit longer than I did into the rut and got me, and which I was bummed to not get the win, but I like respected the way I lost.
Respected the pass.
Yeah, respected the pass.
Just
100%.
like respect the pouch.
Yeah, respect the pouch.
Respect it. All right, next race.
But yeah, again, I've said this before, but shout out to Mac for a full year of some really clean, fun.
What's his
racing.
name? McKenzie?
No, McKeon.
McKeon?
Yeah,
McKeon mean?
McKeon Hurd.
Her? Oh, whew.
You heard?
I would have known that
Yeah.
last week, but yeah, what up, Maggard?
All right, then we go to Stillwater.
Oh shit!
I
And-
love this.
It's two bad years in a row for you at Stillwater to heat.
Hold on. Can you read it off to me? Just prime.
Yeah, me and Jeremy been kind of beefing, so he just kind of sabotages me at this.
You and
track.
Jeremy have been beefing?
Been beefing, bro. Apparently.
So Taryn Odell 1-1, Mason Moss 2-2, Brian Bega 3-3. Shout out Brian Bega. So he came up to the tent at Stillwater and said,
I about got your ass,
and
Brian
said, "Hey man, love what y'all are doing. I actually came to this race instead of going to bar because you guys, you make the Oklahoma stuff, sound really cool. So that was cool to hear.
That's awesome, honestly, and he rips. Brian Bega
he's
rips.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a social media guy too. So
Yeah.
if you're into that kind of stuff, check him out.
Banfield 5-4 for 4th overall. Chandler Hardzog 4-6 for 5th overall.
Hardzog got you first moto.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cole Supernaw 6-5 for 6th overall.
I think we got one of those somewhere. Oh,
That's an appropriate one right there.
He actually had the right one.
No, it sucked because I really wanted to race with Mason that time.
Which one is it? There we go. Ladies and gentlemen.
I know if anybody there watched Taryn, like he was just fucking retarded.
Oh, he was on rails.
So I probably didn't have much for Taryn, but like I really wanted to, give Mason everything I had, but
I mean,
it just did not work out.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
I think it's because it's pretty easy. If you know me very much, Stillwater, OSU, I'm OU. I'm in their fucking stomping grounds.
Excuses.
Yeah, but Stillwater back in the day was the stomping grounds, Cooperland.
Yeah, but that was actually OU stomping grounds. Like they claimed territory. Like we cut the line. Everything was right. But
The Stoops Power Stroke would make many appearances at those facilities.
Coop just had a certain way of there was actually territorial grounds right there. But
red dirt.
you know what I mean?
Am I right, Chase?
oh yeah.
Yeah,
The old camper shell.
The old
believe-
white long
Hey,
bed.
the best
camper
sleep
shell.
I've ever had in my life was on an hour drive between the Supernaw compound and Cooperland in the back of that Power Stroke.
No.
And
Yeah, and
I
Bob
swear to
Stoops,
God.
Bob Stoops blessed every mile of that.
Yeah,
so
always
like,
had the Stoops
you know what I mean?
license
So
plate on it.
Yep.
now that it's gonna be different, but yeah, it was just it was a rough event. We'll take it. It was in Stillwater stomping ground, so I gotta just take what I can take when I get there.
what we do.
So what was after that? Was Ponca the last? Or
Hold on, I'm not done with the roster here. Brad Rogers went 7-7, and your
Bad
boy AD went 8-9 for
he had
8.
a rough couple
Hey.
races. In.
Yeah, I know.
You ready?
Elk City and
Mason
Stillwater.
about to get
were-
My name's A Dizzle 181.
Chances of me fucking up about slam to none. Throwing this shit down with my boy M Dog.
about to blow the turns up on my face. Blah, blah.
Looks like Sal Jr. had a rough day at Stillwater too. He went
Genta.
10-8.
Yikes.
What did I do here in novice class? Oh, this is where I battled with Clay.
Yo, what the fuck? Where's Mason's results at?
We already talked about Mason's
Oh,
results.
all right. I didn't know you were going backwards.
Yeah, this is where I battled with Clay, both motos. Got the starts in both motos, but then Clay ended up passing me. We had a really good battle second moto. Chase, you weren't there for that one, but we had a really good battle up until the last lap, and then he passed me on the quad right there by the start.
I do the qual.
He
You
rides
remember
quads
that?
too.
Who?
That was a dad joke. Clay in the novice class, Clay Edwards, the white
yeah.
on the white bike. Yeah, he got me on the quad right there.
Oh yeah, you held him off for a grip.
Yeah, I mean he got me on the last lap. We hit that quad, and I was hitting that line you were talking about because you remember you told me go left, and it was working pretty good. But then I just ugga-dugged one in there and kind of bounced one off the face, and then he hit it smooth on the right side. And
That's like one of the weirdest jumps I know of.
I know. He had a lot more momentum like midair because we were side by side midair, and so when he landed, he was
Shifted, yeah.
Yep. And then Mac had a rough day at Stillwater. He went 5-7 that day.
Championship, boy.
Yeah, I know.
Championship points.
And then the next one was Ponca. So
Oh god.
Zach Duran went 2-1 for the overall. Chandler Hardzog went 3-3 for second. M Dog went 5-2 for third overall.
5-2, Bubba.
And then Spavy the Crick Supernaw went 1-6 for fourth overall.
Shout out to the sketch.
He didn't want to make no contingency money that day. He said, "Let me take out."
No, he still made contingency. No, it's only for the top 3. My bad.
Zero contingency, Bubba.
Yep.
The KTM going to be looking rougher than ever next year.
Mike Dunn went 6'4" for 5th overall. And then Brad Rogers, 7'5", 6th overall. Chase Snap, 4'9". Austin Dixon, 8'7".
4'9".
overall.
What happened on that second moto? Did someone get in your way and take you out or something?
Yeah, I think that guy's gonna be kicked off the team here shortly.
Well, you can't kick the creator off the team, so.
And then Josh Voiles went 12th in the first moto. Did he go down or something?
No, he probably just sucked. I love you, Sally. He probably just fucking. I hit somebody.
He had to have crashed because he wouldn't have been. He wouldn't have been 4 spots off of me.
Just fucking.
We're usually pretty close to each other.
That's what I have to say.
Where did he go second moto?
Probably 14.
Well, he went 8th second moto right behind me. That's what I'm saying. And then
he didn't have enough tear offs. So
I don't know those names. Armando Fair, Anthony Ross, Rex Wright, and then Ryan Donor.
Rex Wright, 848.
Boneyard?
Donor went 13-11. And then finished it out at Reynolds, which I was the only one that attended out of the 4 of us. But didn't have the best showing at Reynolds.
Who won Reynolds?
Duran.
Oh, yeah, you already told me that.
Dude, Brad was on the pipe at Reynolds.
Loves them rough tracks,
He was killing it at Reynolds. Like I got the whole shot second moto, and he blew past my ass.
Yeah, I'd say he beat Hardzog both motos.
Yeah,
He was
on the pipe.
Bad Brad, not holding anything back last fucking round. Dude, once you go in that deep, you ain't coming back.
And then
Don't cut that.
Voiles' seat fell off.
I seen that video
on the second moto.
Dude, I see it.
Have you ever met someone with
hold
a
on.
2021?
The disappointment in Jockey's face when that seat fell off.
Oh, I know.
Jockey was just like, all my fucking mechanic skills to this point of the year. What the fuck am I doing? I'm gonna have a talk with Jockey. But I'm also gonna have a talk with Sal because I know it was a combined effort. But god damn,
he was riding decent.
I've never took my seat off my KTM unless we're changing plastic.
That's the only time.
So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck they were taking that seat off for. They got some special mods they're putting in. They got that ECU.
Probably had low battery, had to charge it.
Why did he have it?
Them Huskies are known for them low batteries.
I remember him working on it, but I don't remember what they were doing.
Well, Sal's always working on his bike. He's always trying to find that extra tip.
Probably thought he put the bolt back in it, but it was a joint.
I shift my cams like,
My name's Jim. My name's Jim.
But yeah, that was weird. I was not expecting Sal June's seat to fall off like that.
Yeah, that same video you saw is where I hole shotted.
But all I'm saying is like you look at that disappointment in Jockey's face, and he's just like, God damn it, what did I do?
But
to deserve this?
This is the struggle bus that I was on at Reynolds. So I hole shotted second moto and ended up with 6th.
Yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I was struggling that whole weekend.
No shit.
Yeah.
We all struggle.
Well, better pack some more heat this Sunday.
Yeah.
You can't be putting in a performance like that if you want to battle.
Shit.
You're going to have to make a pretty good fight for second because Pitt's going to be there. He's going to hole shot and probably check out. You know what I mean?
Supernaw's not even going because last time he couldn't stay off the ground.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So why go to the track you can't stay off the ground?
I can't remember the last time I'm going, so that's kind of beneficial on that.
Well, last time you were there, you tried to hit a breaker and the breaker hit you. So,
dude, that thing fucked me up. That's one of the crashes. I'm like, I don't know what I did.
I just don't know how you did it in that part of the track.
You know when he hit a bad shot, and you're like, what the fuck did I do? And you actually have no fucking clue. You're like, and you shank it. You're like, I thought that was a perfect swing.
This was way worse than that, though. It was like if you hit 4 or 5 of them in a row.
I know. That's what I'm trying to get at. Is I had no clue that I ended it 25 yards away from my bike.
Yeah, what I seen last year was like you hit it right in front of a train and was like, oh, I can chip that out.
Yeah.
And you ran out in front of it, and then the train hit you.
Dude,
that's what I see.
Yeah. You know, it's bad when your boys are legitimately looking at you and you wake up and you're like,
I don't know where he went.
yeah, I don't know where
Me drive.
Me drive. I'm fucked up. Oh, shit.
That was a bad weekend for all of us. It was fun, though. I really enjoy riding that track. I just had a hard time with
It's
it.
a good track. The neighbors weren't.
The neighbors have a real hard time with it.
You can, yeah. The neighbors weren't.
I mean, fuck, it looked like a goddamn interstate coming down through there from what I heard.
Interstate?
Interstate. I know Dixon goes, I saw your arm in front of your head backwards.
Straight up. You were like face down and your fucking arms back here. I'm like, oh, God.
Face down.
Face down, ass up.
Face, that is not where I was going with face down. Face down in the dirt. He said, this doesn't hurt.
I said face down, ass up. You guys don't know how lucky you are to have Anthony Puglisi on the tune.
That was weird, but I loved it.
That's a good one.
That was an encounter. Encounters with the third kind.
All right, we're gonna sum this thing up. We got Austin Dixon that's gonna wrap us up. We've had a
You wrapping up my show?
I'm wrapping up your show.
This is getting a little loose over there, buddy.
You see my eyes.
Mason says I've had enough.
This is my show now.
Oh, shit. All right, fine.
Well, look at it. Snap's drinking water. I mean, when Snap starts drinking water, you know it's going down.
It's about that time.
I think I want to take off tomorrow. Honestly, fuck it. Like, honestly, fuck it.
I can't do that.
Oh, man. All right, fine. Yeah, I mean, we're,
Close it out.
We're
Bye.
at like
See you later.
3 hours and 3 minutes anyway, so yeah, it's probably appropriate.
Deep.
We always got to hit that 3 hour mark.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're glad to be back. Who knows when we'll be back again?
No, we will be back soon.
Hopefully, it's like a week or two from now, but it may be a month or two from now at the rate we're going. But
No.
we will be back.
I think we're going to get on a more regular
No,
schedule.
we need to do
We
this
said that
more
last
often.
time.
No, we need to do this more often. We can bullshit all day.
Hey, you're
We
not-
got call-ins.
Mason said I'm in every episode.
Dude, I love this shit. We got call-ins. I got Fro. We can get Fro's point perspective.
I thought you were about to say Fredo.
Great. Oh,
Frezzy.
Frez.
Let's back out on that one,
No,
bud.
let's go Frez.
Let's pump the brakes.
How many 450s do you owe Frez? It's fine.
Hey, don't talk to me about Fresno's 450s. Bleh.
All right, Mason, we appreciate your last-minute appearance here, my guy.
Man, thank you very much. I appreciate it, and I support everything Pit Racing's got going on here.
Pit
I love
racing, bull.
every single one of you.
Pit racing, pit golfing,
And all you-
we're here.
Pit
Yeah,
golfing.
all you listeners, keep on ripping, baby. We're gonna have more content. We're gonna have to do this more often. The four of us, bullshit. We'll do call-ins. We can have 3 call-ins a day. Just keep fucking ripping. Let's go.
I'm down. Let's do it. All right.
Pit racing out.
Yeah, give her a good sender.
Pit racing out, babe. Hey. Shit, babe.
Shit.
Thanks everybody for tuning in to another episode of the Pit Racing Podcast. We'd like to thank Crystal Pools for providing the studio space to record this, and we'd also like to thank Fly Racing and Southwest Energy for their continued support of the Pit Racing program. Catch you on the next one. Pit Racing, boy!